6:04, Talk 107.3 FM, WBRP, mornings with Brian Haldane, off and running. Brian here with you, Bree Lynn producing, getting you ready for Friday's show as we broadcast live from the 180 Pro studio in downtown Baton Rouge, and starting your Friday morning off, starting your 6 o'clock hour off at least, at 63 degrees in downtown. Like I said, busy show this morning. We're getting ready for a Friday show that is going to be all over the map. We've got a check-in in the state legislature. There is an event coming up tomorrow for colon cancer awareness. It's a Get Your Rear in Gear run, y'all. We're ready for it. We've got, what was the story yesterday? There was something going on. We got a basketball coach. How about that? And we are the villain once again. And Rocco is coming by in the 8 o'clock hour. So let's get it. Top stories and trending. LSU's fired Matt McMahon and rehired Will Wade. Rehiring Will Wade 4 years and 2 weeks after firing him for cause, mind you, following his involvement in a recruiting scandal. I mean, we're going to hear a lot more about this throughout the day and probably the coming weeks as well. An alleged drug dealer was arrested for murder after a Baton Rouge man died of a cocaine overdose last November. A text thread on the victim's phone led detectives to 60-year-old Don Ludwig Truly. Truly was booked in the East Baton Rouge Parish Prison on charges of second-degree murder and possession and distribution of a Schedule II controlled dangerous substance. Thanks to yesterday's Red Eye, we learned that Baton Rouge's old Central Wastewater Treatment Plant, a 21-acre site on River Road between Coolidge and West McKinley Streets, is being razed in a $2.73 million demolition project that should wrap up in early August. This would create very desirable property in a long overdue, very desirable property along an overdue for development corridor. Sourcing this one from the Daily Report, Port Nola's private partners have finally incorporated a joint venture to operate the planned Louisiana International Terminal in St. Bernard Parish. The next generation facility is expected to boost cargo capacity, strengthen supply chains, and deliver major economic gains, including a projected 64% increase in parish tax revenues. Number one's waiting on my screen to refresh real quick. Here we go, going back to our news partners at WBRZ for this one. A Chalmette woman was arrested and booked in the East Baton Rouge Parish Prison after she allegedly underreported her income to receive Medicaid benefits. According to the Attorney General's office, 39-year-old Lindsey Mellarine provided false information to the Louisiana Department of Health between July 2021 and November 2025. This included concealing her marital status and true household income. In total, Mellarine defrauded more than $119,000 from Medicaid, according to a spokesperson from Merle's office. Scott Breland.
The Senate unanimously moved to fund most of the Department of Homeland Security, except for Immigration and Customs Enforcement and part of Customs and Border Protection in a rare overnight session.
All right, let's go. We're one step closer. Yeah. Just got to get this back across the House side, which, according to the House, that you would think they would be lined up to get this done. Although Congressman Troy Carter made it very, very clear what it's going to take to get across that threshold on the House side. In fact, probably talk about that a little bit later on the show. I might have to go pull some audio from Tuesday because he was passionate about the four things they're looking for.
And last night as well, all over my newsfeed, Trump to sidestep Congress to pay TSA workers.
So now he might not have to do that, but if this can't move forward, there's money in the big, beautiful bill somehow. Money in the big, beautiful bill, not sure how. You take a bill that has already been passed and appropriated. I don't know how you dip back into it after the fact, but he says it's there. Take him in his word.
Okay. All right. Yeah, let's pay our TSA. Okay. Yeah. We've got a shark alligator rule story, courtesy of our favorite postal carrier in the chat. Scientists in Brazil are finding numerous sharks with cocaine in their systems swimming around the Bahamas. Apparently, this is from smugglers losing loads in the water, and, sharks do what they do.
Well, I mean, we've seen the... what was the name of the Barry Seal? American Made.
Yes.
Okay.
I loved it.
You fly into Louisiana's coast and just
drop all that
drop it
crap.
all in the water. Yeah. Well, I mean, what happens if a shark gets to it before it gets collected?
Right. Chomp, chomp, chomp.
Yep.
Apparently 24 legal and illegal drugs the shark came across, including caffeine, painkillers, and cocaine. Cocaine and caffeine. Holy smokes.
I know. That's some ramped up sharks right there.
Right. All right. Obviously, nothing is trending more than the Will Wade story this morning, as once again, LSU plays the villain role.
They hate us. Everyone hates us.
They hate us, but we love this. All over Baton Rouge.
Absolutely.
We're screaming about
so
this.
That should be the talk in the chat all morning long. Do you like being the heel? I kind of like being the heel. Do you like being the heel? Because, I mean, for us, this is fun and games.
Yep.
This is fun and games. This is not like life and death. But when you look at some of the posts, some of the things going on social media, some of the way people are responding to this.
Ooh, I know.
Oh, man.
Including all of the national sports outlets who are reporting on this story. The comments.
And be careful. Yeah, but be careful when you look at some of those guys, because those are the guys that went hunting for Will Wade years ago when he got fired. I mean, those are the guys that were like the Dan Wolkins and Pete Thamels of the world.
Ooh.
They had it in for Will Wade a while ago. Pat Forty was in that number as well.
Ooh.
Like, they had it in for him back then. So Will Wade leaves LSU. All those waters calm down. Will Wade comes back to LSU. Will the water kick back up again? I know.
It's like the whole world hates us right now, but we love us.
I'm here for it, man. I'm here for it. That's you look at our roster. I mean, you look at our roster of coaches, right?
Jay Johnson, Kim Mulkey.
Well, okay, so I don't think anywhere can Jay Johnson be considered a villain.
No, of course not.
No, Kim Mulkey. I would
say
so lovable.
She's loved.
Yeah, but like, she could play the role for sure. I mean, she's loved until you go up head to head against her.
Yep.
Lane Kiffin.
Well,
he's in the villain slot right now for sure. Will Wade, always the black hat.
Yep.
So
we're just racking them in.
I know. We got an all-star roster. Now let's do something with it. We're at 611 to talk 107.3 FM WBRP. Gonna step away from the Will Wade stuff for our sports segment. We're gonna talk baseball when we come back. Maybe a little LSU women's basketball as well, as they're back at it tonight. So quick break, coming back. We get sports next.
Oh, we got to talk about the new COVID-19 variant, cicada. You saw that crap?
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, we're just naming anything now, whatever we want.
Pretty much.
We'll line them up like, this is what we want you to do.
Sign up to download? Why can't I just download, assholes?
Okay, you got time.
Elections are an important part of who we are. In 2026, closed party primaries will change how some of those elections happen. So you'll want to know what to do. Keeping your registration current ensures you'll get the right party-based ballot. Remember, this change only applies to certain offices. To learn more, visit GoVote.com or download the GoVote app.
Now, a check on your drive from the Talk 107.3 Traffic Center.
We have some extremely heavy traffic that is continuing to move on westbound I-10. The problem is a little bit past Rocco and out in 415 that a crash involving a truck with a following trailer. They are still blocking both of the main travel lanes. Capital and children to go through there. Start of the line, and it's about back going to one now. So it's come down the bridge. We've got brake lights waiting up for the head. I'm ready to go.
This report is sponsored by Straight Talk Wireless. And you really didn't actually use like a physical provider, but you get more than pay less. Now, absolutely, no complex regulations, no surprises, or prices, 5G network, unlimited savings. You always found straightforward prices, exclusively at Walmart and SweetDoc.com.
This report comes to you from the Talk 107.3 Traffic Center. Louisiana's voice, loud and clear. Moving on the farm. Weekday mornings from 9 to noon on Talk 107.3.
Brian, coming back in.
I found myself, but I just got to save it now.
Okay, you
We're
need
gonna-
it right now.
Nope, 25.
Okay.
616 Talk 107.3 FM, WBRP. Mornings with Brian Haldane rolling right along. Sports would be a good time to talk about Will Wade, but I think the Will Wade story is big enough to where we're going to move it over to 635, just cover it more as an overall news item because there's a lot of actual sports being played on fields and on courts to get to right now. Let's start off with what's going on at Alex Box Stadium tonight. So LSU baseball, even with the struggles, has to go into this weekend with one of their pitchers in their weekend rotation sidelined for the next 2 weeks. That would be Cooper Moore, 2 to 3 weeks, I should say, due to tricep soreness in his throwing arm. LSU's going to need to find another arm to start for the third game against Kentucky this weekend. Coach Jay Johnson hasn't named a third starter yet, but the ability to pitch extended innings is going to factor into this decision. Cut 18, please.
We'll line them up like this is what we want you to do and just go out and execute that. And somebody could get 9 to 15 outs. Like we have guys capable of doing that. And if that's not the best way to line it up, we'll do it differently.
Sophomore right-hander Kason Evans going to start tonight. Sophomore William Schmidt will start tomorrow. So Sunday is the TBD, right? Meanwhile, senior first baseman Zach York coming off a much-needed breakout performance against Louisiana Tech as he heads into this weekend series against Kentucky. Kentucky's ranked number 19 in the country, y'all. York hit 2 home runs against the Bulldogs from Louisiana Tech after striking out 4 times in last Friday's game against Oklahoma. Coach Johnson says the 2 homers should boost York's confidence a little bit.
Just seeing his mentality and how he goes through his day, I kind of wanted to model.
I don't think that's the right cut. No, I want 19.
I certainly have faith in him. That's why we brought him here. I'm not in the interest of bringing bad players here. It doesn't mean you're right 100% all the time on everything, but when he plays good, we're a much better team. And so it's my job to help move him towards that.
So first pitch at Alex Box Stadium tonight, 6:30. Now, bear in mind, if you're on campus for LSU games this weekend, they've got the big concert tomorrow night. So
it's going to be good.
Is it
7 o'clock? I believe the opener goes on.
Okay.
Yeah, that seems about right.
So campus is going to be a little bit hectic.
Though. All day. It's going to be insane all day. I would get there early for baseball.
So I don't know country music. Tell me about this guy. Well, you know what? Hang on. This is our sports segment.
Yep.
When we come back after the break, you'll tell me about this guy. Right now, though, LSU women's basketball is going to be at it late tonight for their tip-off against Duke. Now, LSU took on Duke earlier in the season. Hard to use that as a barometer for what tonight's going to look like, but it is worth noting the last time they played Duke, they won by 16. After that, Duke went on a rampage. The Blue Devils come into the game 26-8 on the season. LSU, of course, 29-5 on the season. But this is the way tournaments are supposed to match up. It's your 2 seed in the bracket versus your 3 seed in the bracket. So you will hear that game right here on Talk 107.3 FM after the softball game. We're going to join the game in progress. It's going to go softball into basketball. Right now, here comes the Fox Business Report.
Okay.
And then you'll find Troy Carter ice requirements, or maybe just Carter ice requirements, one of the two. I don't know. That's my bad.
I was like, wait. So I thought we were going down. I thought we were going 18, 17, 16.
Well, no, it's never going to go backwards on this. Oh, that was my fault. LSU spring football was 16-17, and I was not exactly awake this morning when I was doing this one. So. Oh, turn it up. Okay. It's the new 180 Pro spot. I like it. Everybody tells me I'm good at writing commercials, and I hate the commercials that I write. But that was one that.
I like that spot.
So I did two new ones for 180 Pros, and I actually like the other one better because it talks about simplified billing. I said part of being in a long-term relationship is respecting your partner's time. And do you really want to, at the end of the month, do you really want to sit down with an invoice that stretches from here to Prairieville? Oh, that's me. All right, heading on back to the traffic center real quick. Here's what we are looking at. We're going to start you off on the interstates, as we do. Now, normally Fridays are a little bit more quiet than every other day of the week to start things off. That is to start things off. They'll get ramped up real soon, I guarantee you. Sorry, I put my map in 3D. I hate when I do that. It gets all weird and funky. All right. We are actually starting off quiet on the interstates right now. I-12 westbound coming in from Denham Springs, smooth sailing. The normal congestion you see by Range Avenue, not to be had to start off your morning. That will build as the morning wears on, though. 10 westbound, well, that's always good. I-10, hang on now. Hang on, hold the fort. I-10 westbound, once you've crossed the Mississippi River Bridge, we are looking at some delays right now in between. My goodness, is that? Oh, it ramps up in between Highway 1 and Highway 415 and then continues just past Highway 415. We'll see if we can't get ready to get to the bottom of what's causing that for your next traffic report. In the meanwhile, bringing it back in town, I-110, we're looking at an accident that's being worked right now. 110, oh, you know what? I don't know if this is southbound or northbound because my board's showing me in both directions, but it's by Capitol Access. It's by the Capitol Curve right there. So you're going to find a crash that's in the roadway. It happened about 2 minutes ago. This is either one crash that they haven't pinpointed the location, or there's two different crashes on both sides of the road. Also on your surface streets, we've got an accident with injury. Thomas at Scenic. That happened about 15 minutes ago. And other than that, the rest of the streets, surface streets, are looking good. That's your look at traffic from the Talk 107.3 Traffic Center.
I'm just waking up.
Okay. $6:24, Talk 107.3 FM, WBRP, mornings with Brian Haldane, rolling right along here. All right, we're gonna dive into some Homeland Security TSA talk in a minute, but I did want to pick the conversation up that we were talking about going into the break there, because this is what's happening in our backyard. So let's pick it up right there. All right, Breland, tell me about tomorrow's festivities over at Tiger Stadium.
Well, what's going to be pretty cool is that Brian, he is an amazing country artist, just an amazing country artist. Kind of think of it campfire vibe. A lot of his lyrics are confessional, personal. He's raspy, Americana style country.
Okay.
So people love him. I mean, yes, he has drama with him. Oh, does he have drama? His relationship drama with his ex, Brianna LaPaglia. She's known as Brianna Chicken Fries. She was on yeah, that's just her nickname.
Okay.
She was a sports reporter with Barstool, and he had a relationship with her, and apparently there was abuse involved with that relationship. So he has drama, and then there's tension with another country artist, Gavin Adcock, and he's just known as just stirring the pot. But a lot of people separate that because we love his music anyways. So
can you separate the art from the artist?
Yes.
Yeah.
And so ticket sales are phenomenal for tomorrow night. What's cool about his show tomorrow, and this is why I say if you're going to be going to Tiger Stadium, yes, the game's at 2, first pitch. But if you think about it, Tiger Stadium holds over 100,000 people. His stage setup for tomorrow night, it's not going to be on the end cap in the end zone. He's going to have a 360. Stage. His stage is in the middle, similar to Garth Brooks in a couple of years ago. What was it, 2021 when Garth came? Similar to that, where they have the stage in the middle. So all the butts are going to be in the seat all the way around for tomorrow.
Okay.
So people are going to be going out to eat near campus, probably doing a little tailgating. So campus is going to be crazy.
What? So, and that's where I was going with this was if you're going to the baseball game, you might be thinking, I don't have to worry about a concert that's, because Tiger Stadium and Alec Box Stadium, you get a little bit of distance in between the two, right? And time frame wise, there's going to be distance there as well. Yeah. But traffic wise, I'm like
similar to Garth.
Okay,
I would say similar to Garth.
Following up on that, do people tailgate for these?
They did for Garth.
Yeah.
So I would almost say
I vividly remember the tailgating for Garth.
I would almost say maybe not what people showed up and showed out for him, like how they were barbecuing in RVs and spending the night. But I think people will get out there about noon, start day drinking, if I had to guess.
Okay. So the whole Nicholson corridor right there, going to be a little heavy tomorrow.
It will be.
Going to be a little heavy tomorrow.
It'll be a good show. It'll be a good show. Post Malone Jelly Roll off of the tail end of that a couple of weeks later at the end of May.
I know.
And what's cool, so for what I know, Posty and Jelly, they're going to have their stage on the end cap in the end zone.
Okay, so it'll be more like a normal concert venue.
Normal concert. Tomorrow will be 360.
Okay.
It'll be cool.
Yep.
It'll be cool. I cannot wait to see the footage. I'm not going, but I can't wait to see the footage from the show tomorrow.
You're not going?
I'm not going.
I figured 100.7, you got to be there, right?
But we're going to be there. I won't be there. I'll be resting. I'm getting ready for Posty and Jelly. I'm saving my energy for that.
Okay.
So,
all right, but I don't consider Post Malone to be country.
No, but I used to be in top 40. Okay. So top 40 country. I like Post. I love Jelly. I love Jelly Roll.
So I like Post Malone.
All right. So
I get down with circles. No, I'm not going to be there for that one. That's we're it's going to be basketball season again for.
Very true.
Yeah. Where it's.
Oh, I stand corrected. Jason May in the Facebook chat. He says North End Zone is not open this weekend. So there will be parts of Tiger Stadium that would be blocked off.
Okay.
Huh. He still will have his stage in the middle, though. So I'm curious to see.
Yeah. If it doesn't, I mean, even if it's not the whole way up the stadium, is it still a 360?
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
629 Talk 107.3 FM WBRP. I want to get in both the TSA talk here as well. Because we have Congressman Troy Carter on the show every week. It's DC Current. It's presented by the Louisiana Association of Business and Industry. Learn more about your state's Chamber of Commerce at labi.org. I don't want to squeeze it in up against the break here. So I'll tell you what, we'll hit news, traffic, and weather. When we come back, we'll talk about ICE. We'll talk about TSA. We'll talk about Will Wade. That's all on the way in just a little bit. Before we hit news, let me remind you about 5-Star Printing and Signs. Printshop5.com is the website. Printshop5.com if you wanted to learn more online. I, however, would just call and talk to Danny or anybody on Danny's team. 271-4096. Now, you know that is a local number because Danny is local. 271-4096 for Danny and his team at 5-Star Printing and Signs. We are looking at a year where we've already had a handful of elections. We're about to have multiple handsful of more, whether you're talking about family court judge, whether you're talking about constitutional amendments, closed primaries for Senate and the House. It's all coming up in May and June, and we haven't even looked forward to November yet. Get your campaign in order with 5-Star Printing and Signs. There's Jasmine. Not just fired. Matt McMahon was fired. Will Wade was fired for cause.
Brian Haldane, sounds like you are not too keen on Will Wade. ...
You just hang tight. And good morning, Christy. Welcome in, boo.
creating local jobs, strengthening communities, and keeping Louisiana's industries moving forward. When reliability and expertise matters, power absorbers. Remember, to let others make noise, we'll make everything else. For more info, visit industrymakes.org. That's industrymakes.org. This is Insurance Commissioner Tim Tuttle. Sometimes dealing with an insurance company doesn't go the way it's supposed to, but you're not alone. If you have problems with your insurance company, agent, or adjuster, maybe want to talk about your coverage, or just have questions about an insurance issue, the Louisiana Department of Insurance is here to help you. Contact us at 800-259-5300, online at lei.la.gov.
Oh, I guess I'm the printer.
Fire weather. Do. 636 Talk 107.3 FM, WBRP, mornings with Brian Haldane, rolling right along, broadcasting live from the 180 Pros studio. 180 Pros, not your IT provider, your IT partner. I had the fellas in earlier this week from 180 Pros talk about cybersecurity, talk about AI, talk about a lot of what they do and how they help you and help your network out. If you missed that interview, it was, what was it? Was it Wednesday? I think it was Wednesday. I think it was Wednesday.
Wednesday, 8:35, yeah. It's available on demand at talk1073.com. Very informative, very insightful. Love what they do over there at 180 Pros. Learn more at 180pros.com, or if you wanted to call them, I love this too. It's 225. They're local. 330-2200. You're not calling the 504 or the 985 or the 337 or, God forbid, 1-800. You're calling 225-330-2200 for 180 Pros, or visit them online at 180pros.com. Speaking of those who were on the show this week, Congressman Troy Carter joins us for DC Current, presented by LABI, every Tuesday. I say every Tuesday. There's the occasional Tuesday where he's traveling and we have to miss out. But one of the main topics of conversation this week was, are we going to get anywhere when it comes to getting TSA back to work, when it comes to funding the Department of Homeland Security, when it comes to ending the partial governmental shutdown? Well, we did see movement in the overnight hours last night. And now this morning, we learned that there is an agreement on the Senate side. It was unanimous to get some funding going back in the other direction. Now, what does that actually mean? What is it going to take to get that over the finish line? That's another question. Because when we had the congressman on, he said they have very clear-cut demands of what they want from ICE before they can move forward. In fact, why am I telling you this? Let me let him tell you this. You got it? Waiting on it? All right. Tell you what, while we wait on it, let me just continue with the story. I'm grabbing this version from CNN because they popped up first on Google. The Senate unanimously moved to fund most of the Department of Homeland Security, except for ICE and parts of Customs and Border Protection in a rare overnight session. The agreement would fund other DHS components, such as the Transportation Security Administration and U.S. Coast Guard, but the House will still need to act before funded agencies within the department can reopen. Now, That's where the devil's gonna be in the details. Is this compatible with moving things forward, or will they continue to hold TSA hostage until they get what they want from ICE? What did they want from ICE? Here we go. There's Congressman Carter.
Listen, the reforms that are required of ICE are real. They're not earth-shattering. They're not in any way unrealistic or unreasonable. Here they are. You must wear a name tag identifying yourself as law enforcement. You shall not wear a mask. You must wear a body cam, and you cannot summarily kick in someone's door without a judicial warrant. Does any of that sound unreasonable?
Where the conversation went from there, and I'll pick it up right here as well, is parts 3 and 4 of that equation sound very reasonable. In fact, they sound common sense. I would want ICE wearing body cams. I would want ICE to have warrants before. Well, if I'm being completely honest, I don't like anybody kicking in doors. I hate a no-knock warrant. A no-knock warrant leads to death every single time. Just about every single time, for numerous reasons. Number one, if someone kicks in your door in the wee hours of the morning, what are you doing? Probably shooting at them. And if it's law enforcement, what are they doing? Shooting back. And I guarantee you they have more bullets than you. So yeah, no-knock warrants, I'm just not a fan. So number 4, obviously, thumbs up. We'll all agree on that one. Number 3, I like it. Body cam's a good thing. Body cam's a good thing because you could put to rest any speculation about how things are being handled. Where if ICE has a body cam, then we will know the story as it's told from the chest of the person doing it. As far as the name badge and the no mask thing is concerned, I have a little bit of an issue with. And that is, I know this isn't apples to apples, but bear with me for just a quick second. You remember Donnie Brasco, the movie Donnie Brasco, based off the real life story? The guy who went undercover in the FBI to take down the mob. Sometimes law enforcement can't wear a name tag and tell you that they're law enforcement. For the simple reason that if Joe Pistone, a.k.a. Donnie Brasco, was known to be Joe Pistone while he was undercover, taking down the mafia, odds are his family's dead the next day. That's a reasonable guess, right? That's a plausible theory. Well, if you are part of ICE and part of what you're doing, part of who you're going after is some of the worst cartel members on the planet who are positioned somewhere in America, bro, if you're wearing a name badge, you have to worry about your family's safety. Cartels equal danger. They are dangerous people. I wouldn't want them knowing my name. If a member of a cartel knows my name and I'm putting a stop to the cartel's business, they're going to come seeking their pound of flesh. And I don't want that pound of flesh being my family. So I'm not huge on wearing name tags. They're not working at Circuit City. As far as the masks are concerned, same principle right there. It's as simple as, like, they don't have to know your name if they know your face. So I understand the argument for not wearing name tags and the argument for for wearing a mask. I get that. Now, there's probably room to discuss within there because, like I said, the FBI undercover thing, that's not an apples to apples argument. ICE is not undercover, not by any stretch of the imagination. But the bad guys here are really, really bad guys. Not to mention the fact that half the nation politically disagrees with ICE on principle. And forget about the cartel. You don't want to have to worry about political retribution upon your family and political violence upon your family for the exact same thing. So from there, we go to, as this agreement that the Senate reached overnight moves over to the House, will those sticking points that Congressman Carter laid out be part of this equation, or because ICE isn't funded within this particular agreement, can they just move forward and throw those things to the wayside? That's where that's at. All right. Also in this segment, we want to cover Will Wade because this is the biggest news of the day, biggest news of the week in Baton Rouge. We'll get back to that in just a quick second. want to give a shout out to Jasmine LeBranche over at Bullfish Bistro. She's got an event coming up on Sunday. There's a summit brunch on if you have a child with autism and a few other developmental issues, developmental challenges. You want to be in this room. The real answers, real support, all in one place is what the tagline is for it. Jasmine is putting on this brunch on Sunday, and I printed the thing, and I got to tell you, I'm being completely open here. It cut off the printing right in the middle. All right. From the flyer, you're not alone anymore. Get real answers on early signs and evaluations, therapy options that actually work, what to do next step by step. This brunch is going to include doctors, therapists, and resources, a full-on support network. So if you are the parent of a child with autism or developmental challenges, you're going to want to be in this room. Sunday, March 29th, noon at Bullfish Bistro. That's 14241 Airline Highway. This is going to fill up. This will fill up. So get yourself in the running right now. Call 478-1690, 478-1690 to make your reservations right now to be a part of this. Jasmine has put together a fantastic lineup that should be very informative and very comforting. And the networking ought to be worth your while as well. So Bullfish Bistro, 478-1690, brunch coming up on Sunday. Do we have time to do Will Wade right here? We have 1 minute. We'll start it. We'll start. We'll pick it back up later because this is a story that's not going away. I say that, and then I have to fumble through all my papers because I've got way too much prep for today. So Will Wade rehired by LSU. Keith was saying in the comments, it sounds like I'm not a fan of Will Wade. Polar opposite, sir. Huge fan. Huge fan of Will Wade. Love having Will Wade come back. My whole hang up was Matt McMahon was never put in a position to succeed. Plain and simple. And he wasn't put in a position to succeed. He did not succeed. Unfortunate the way it played out. You heard from our news partners at Louisiana Radio Network. They talked to Tiger Rag magazine editor Glenn Guilbeau. He's expecting an immediate impact from the fan base alone.
I think you're going to see that initial groundswell of support and excitement from what has been a dead fan base for years with men's basketball. These people are going to be coming out of nowhere now because this was their guy.
Oh, absolutely. And the way in which he had to leave, and so many people believed he shouldn't have been let go. But it was part of a bigger equation that involved so much more. So, yeah, he did need to be let go. Nobody wanted it to happen, but it kind of had to happen. And where McMahon lacked while he was here, he didn't have that outward charisma, that take on the world mentality. McMahon's an X's and O's guy. So that's where he lacked, and the fan base fell to the wayside as a result of it, and not being given a decent roster also contributed to that. We're going to pick it up, more audio from Glenn Guilbeau a little bit later on. Right now, though, we are running about a minute behind, so let's take a quick break, check traffic. We're going to be talking about Get Your Rear in Gear when we come back right here on Talk 107.3 FM. Yes. I think we're calling her. So kill my mic, please.
Hey, this is Talk 107.3. Hey, we'll be coming to you in like 2-ish minutes, okay? Okay, no problem.
We should meet the spot right at 51.
This report is sponsored by Credit Karma. With your money on the line, are you okay with a basic free tax service? Get the confidence of TurboTax with free Fed and state filing on your Credit Karma. Around 37% of filers qualify for the 1040 bonus. See details at TurboTax.com/free. This report comes to you from the Talk 107.3 Traffic Center.
652 Talk 107.3 FM, WBRP, mornings with Brian Haldane, rolling right along. Before we get back to our regularly scheduled program, I want to remind you about Industry Makes, industrymakes.org, industrymakes.org. If you find yourself caught up in the headlines, the back and forth when it comes to people creating jobs and building products in our backyard, the industry up and down the river that does so much for not just building fantastic products. I mean, the plastic that's in your cabinets, the shoes that's on your feet, everything else that's out there, it's built or in some way, shape, or form up and down the river right here. Some part of that process happens in our backyard. IndustryMakes.org is a collective voice to make sure that when people are taking shots at them, they can shoot back. IndustryMakes.org is a collective voice to make sure that information trumps disinformation. If you want to learn more, visit IndustryMakes.org. Let others make noise. We'll make everything else. Coming up tomorrow out at the Pennington Biomedical Research Center is the Get Your Rear and Gear 5K. Joining us now to talk about it is the event manager for said race, Lauren Lindsey's with us. Lauren, good morning. Welcome. How are you?
Good morning. How are you?
I'm doing very well on this end. So tell us about, I tell you what, before we get to the Get Your Rear and Gear, talk to me about the Colon Cancer Coalition. And what brings you to Baton Rouge this weekend?
Yeah, the Colon Cancer Coalition is a national organization that I am very lucky and get to work for. As one of our event managers, we have 52 events nationally that we get to put on in local communities across the U.S. and Bahamas, one of which is in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. And
that would be the one tomorrow. So tell us a little bit about the Get Your Rear and Gear 5K.
Yeah, Get Your Rear and Gear is a, like you said, 5K run, walk, race series. Tomorrow we have one in Baton Rouge, and it's a really awesome place for folks to come together and create community and raise money and awareness for a cause that has affected so many Americans and so many folks in Baton Rouge.
Now, we see the Get Your Rear and Gear about this time every year. What makes this year's event special?
I think every year it just grows and grows as we tell more people about it, as people build their teams, as people build traditions around it, like fun T-shirts or different signs that they make for loved ones or folks that they know that have been affected.
Lauren Lindsey's with us. She's with the Colon Cancer Coalition, event manager for Colon Cancer Coalition, in town for the Get Your Rear in Gear race that's coming up tomorrow. Let's step away from the Get Your Rear in Gear. Just give us an overview of colorectal cancer and why it's such a pressing issue right now.
Yeah, colorectal cancer has recently become the leading cause of cancer-related death for folks under 50, and it's been the second leading cause of cancer death for those over 50. And there's a 1 in 24 lifetime risk of developing colon cancer. So screening and awareness is so important, and it is really our mission and goal at the colorectal cancer space.
Now, a lot of folks, they'll actively avoid screening for colon cancer. Why is that?
I think a lot of it just comes down to the fear of going through PrEP and the stigma around getting a colonoscopy. Unfortunately, some folks also face not being able to afford it due to being uninsured or underinsured. And I think that's where raising awareness and funds is really important to kind of destigmatize it and also stress the importance of the PrEP is 2 days, but getting that diagnosis early on can save your life.
Absolutely. Hey, specifically to Louisiana, what kind of burden do we have here when it comes to colorectal cancer? How many Louisianans are affected?
Yeah, currently we're estimating that in 2026, we'll have over 2,500 Louisiana Carolines will be diagnosed with colorectal cancer. And we're currently at about a 73% screening rate of folks in Louisiana.
Talk about that screening for just a quick second. What goes into just the basic screening?
Yeah, we're at a point where we have lots of screening options. We call like the gold standard would probably be a colonoscopy. But if that is not something that you're interested in doing, I would talk to your doctor. There have been some great other options like, a FIT test or Cologuard or some blood tests. There's a lot of options, but talk to your doctor about what the best option for you is.
When it comes to the Get Your Rear in Gear 5K, what kind of impact do events like this 5K have in raising awareness and, pushing people to get that screening?
Yeah, luckily our grant goes right back to the Baton Rouge community, and we do a lot in the awareness space. We do a lot of advertising and making sure that people are aware of the signs and symptoms so that they know when to get screened and how to get screened and the best way to talk to your doctor and the best way to advocate for yourself.
Got Lauren Lindsey with us for just another minute, and an event manager for Colon Cancer Coalition. I have to ask you the question because anybody who's seen it just recognizes immediately. Have you seen the giant inflatable colon yet?
I have. I actually get the true honor, and I would say it is an honor to be able to handle our giant inflatable colons at most of our events. So we have a fleet of them back at headquarters.
No.
We have about 6 inflatable colons. They all have different names. So I would recommend everyone to come out tomorrow morning and see the colon. You'll be able to run through it. There's polyps. You can punch them. It's pretty exciting.
So if folks aren't already signed up, and I mean, tomorrow's going to get here quickly. If folks aren't already signed up, can they still participate? Can they just show up? What are we looking at this point on the calendar?
Yeah, you're welcome to either come sign up today at Packet Pickup. It's at Pennington Biomedical Center, the same spot as the race, from 3 to 6, or you can come on race morning and sign up there. We would love to have anyone and everyone.
She is Lauren Lindsey, event manager for Colon Cancer Coalition. The Get Your Rear in Gear 5K coming up tomorrow out there on the grounds of Pennington. Lauren, thank you so much for a couple minutes this morning.
Yeah, thank you.
Absolutely. We're coming up on news here in just a quick second. Do need to remind you about One Bath and Closets, onebathandclosets.com. 400-8005 is the phone number to get a hold of David Duvall and his team over at One Bath and Closets. Christy and I went through the process of getting a new master bathroom late last year. Gave it to each other as a Christmas present. House was built in 64. It was due. In fact, it was overdue. And David comes into our house, takes a look at the bathroom, tells us what's possible. What can we do? Collaborated, held our hand through the whole process. The finished result was unbelievable. Learn more at onebathandclosets.com. Hour 2 is next. That was 30 seconds. I still owe him a spot. Damn it. I'm a little upset with the woman who booked that interview right now. She said, you want to have Lauren Lindsey on to talk about this new screening process from Garden Health? And I'm like, no, because Our Lady of the Lakes is a sponsor of our show. I'm not going to promote another healthcare company. And she says, well, we're talking about the Get Your Rear and Gear, and they're teamed up with Our Lady of the Lakes for that. I said, okay, cool. So she puts in her suggested questions. Tell me about the new screening that Garden Health offers that nobody else does.
And no one, you can't talk about that.
Right.
Yeah. Stop it. Can the inflatable colon be rented out for private parties?
Yes. I believe it can.
It really can?
I don't even know if you have to rent it. Just
So they brought that colon out. We have a healthcare thing every year for BRAC for open enrollment, and they bring the colon out for BRAC.
Yeah.
Walk through.
nothing you can do about it.
Now a check on your drive.
Hey, show my mic.
Oh, Alan's in the chat. Just in time.
Oh, good. So much going on this weekend. My word. 705 Talk 1073 FM, WBRP. Mornings with Brian Haldane, rolling right along. Hour 2 coming your way right now. Brian here with you. Bree Lynn producing. We're starting off your 7 o'clock hour at 61 degrees in downtown Baton Rouge as we broadcast live from the 180 Pro studio. Shout out once again to Lauren for hopping on board to talk about the Get Your Rear in Gear 5K going to be going on at Pennington tomorrow. Coming up tonight for Pennington, but over at Low Bears, they've got the answer. Really cool event that Pennington's putting on. And then Sunday morning, Jasmine's got her thing. It's a autism summit brunch out at Bullfish Bistro. If you have a child with autism or any developmental challenges, networking, education, resources, it's all going to be at your fingertips. Sunday, March 29th at noon at Bullfish Bistro. This event will fill up, so give Jasmine a call at 478-1690, 478-1690 if you want to be a part of this event. It does look like, well, you can tell whenever Jasmine does something, a lot of care and love went into it. And with this, she put a lot into the roster that's coming to it. You got pull it up. I need the full-size thing because my eyes are terrible. Dr. Marilyn Thornton from Families Helping Families. Trinae Webb, she's a speech-language pathologist. Dr. Jennifer Hogan is a pediatrician. Christine Lee is an occupational therapist. Brandy Jackson giving a parent's perspective. That's the lineup for the brunch summit out of Bullfish Bistro. So it should be a very, very informative and useful lunch or brunch, I should say. And that's not to mention everything else that's going on in town, like the Zach Bryan concert, which we'll get to in just a second because it's time for Top Stories and Trending. Obviously, no bigger news in town than what went down yesterday as LSU fired Matt McMahon and rehired Will Wade, rehiring Will Wade 4 years and 2 weeks after firing him for cause following his involvement in a recruiting scandal. Wade went on to coach at McNeese State, took them to the tournament twice. Then North Carolina State took them to the tournament, but the play-in round before they fell off this year. An alleged drug dealer was arrested for murder after a Baton Rouge man died of a cocaine overdose last November. Get this, a text thread on the victim's phone was what led detectives to 60-year-old Don Ludwig Truly. Truly was booked in the East Baton Rouge Parish Prison on charges of second-degree murder and possession or distribution of a Schedule II controlled dangerous substance. So he had booked for murder when the guy died from an overdose. Over in Chalmette, well, it brings it back home to here. A Chalmette woman was arrested and booked into the East Baton Rouge Parish Prison after she allegedly underreported her income to receive Medicaid benefits. 39-year-old Lindsey Mellerine provided false information to the Louisiana Department of Health from July of 2021 to November of 2025. How much did she allegedly take in? $119,000 from Medicaid, according to a spokesperson from the AG's office. Thanks to yesterday's red eye, we learned that Baton Rouge's old central wastewater treatment plant, a 21-acre site on River Road between Coolidge and West McKinley Streets, is being razed. That's R-A-Z-E-D. Raised in a $2.73 million demolition project that should wrap up in early August. Now, this is going to create a very desirable property in a long overdue for development corridor. By the way, shout out to Red Eye. They got themselves launched like 2 weeks ago or something. It's a subscription-based service that provides local news every single morning or every single weekday morning And thus far, they have delivered. All right, number one, sourcing this one from the Daily Report. Port Nola's private partners have formally incorporated a joint venture to operate the planned Louisiana International Terminal in St. Bernard Parish. The next generation facility is expected to boost cargo capacity, strengthen supply chains, and deliver major economic gains, including a projected 64% increase in parish tax revenues.
The Senate unanimously moved to fund most of the Department of Homeland Security, except for Immigration and Customs Enforcement, and part of Customs and Border Protection in a rare overnight session.
Yeah. So unanimous, I think, was the key word right there.
Yep.
Sometimes we're able to smack Congress over the head so hard that they get it.
Okay.
41 days worth of not paying the people that protect us at the airport. 41 days worth of that seems like enough.
Yep.
4-hour wait times for a 3-hour flight. Also, smack them over the head with it. Now it goes over to the House. We'll see if they'll behave.
Now, was this right after? So did they come together and convene right after Trump was like, all right, I have enough, and he's pushing for paying
Yeah,
the
I don't
folks?
understand. Like, I don't know where he's getting that money from, because the big beautiful bill's done, right?
I thought so.
Yeah, you don't just go back in and have a appropriations carve out from something that's already been appropriated. I don't know.
Huh. Interesting. Either way, hopefully our poor folks at the airport, they can finally get paid.
Yeah.
All right, we've got a shark alligator roll story courtesy of our favorite postal carrier in the chat. Scientists in Brazil are finding numerous sharks with cocaine in their systems swimming around the Bahamas. Apparently, this is from smugglers losing loads in the water, and sharks, you know, they do what they do.
Chomp, chomp.
Yep.
Shark go chomp.
Yep. Whether it's blood, whether it's cocaine, they gonna get theirs.
Here's the thing. You remember that scene in Jaws where, I'm not going to perform a half-ass autopsy on a fish. I'm not going to have that Kittner boy spilling out all over the docks. So when they do cut the shark open, and a Louisiana license plate falls out, by the way. But, like, could you imagine if, like, that was just, a kilo of cocaine just dumping
and they
out?
just keep pulling it out.
Right. Now, you remember the movie Cocaine Bear?
Oh, yes. I love Cocaine Bear.
I never saw Cocaine Bear. I need to see Cocaine Bear. But here's the thing, though.
You got to see it.
Are we due for a sequel to have Cocaine Shark?
I love it. Cocaine Shark.
And then a crossover episode between Cocaine Shark and Sharknado.
There we go.
We're just writing films left and right
Ernst? Is Ernst going to be chopping down on this?
Ernst, the great white shark being tracked by Osearch, who's been roaming around the Gulf of Mexico. I don't know.
Right.
Ernst.
Does Ernst get down like that? Well, apparently 24 legal and illegal drugs, caffeine, tons of painkillers, and cocaine. This homeboy's chewing on. Love it. Love
a good cocaine shark.
Alan's in the chat right now, our postal carrier in the chat. He said, woo, cocaine.
Wait, no, cocaine shark, Alan. You're not pumped about coke. Revealing too much about yourself, sir. What? We got one more?
We got one more. All right. Obviously, nothing is trending more than the Will Wade story this morning, as once again, LSU plays the villain role.
Yes, we are. Say goodbye to the bad guy, huh?
The thing is, we love us. We're pumped about this because we have the Fab Four. We have the Fab Four. We do. Will Wade, Lane Kiffin, Kim Mulkey, Jay Johnson. The world just hates us.
When did you turn it? I've got so many dated references this morning, but when did you turn into Stuart Smalley? We love us. We're good enough. We're smart enough.
We love
doggone it. We love us.
We love us. Aren't we great?
Daily affirmations with Bree Lynn.
Right? I'm here for it. I'm going to keep them coming. We love us, Brian.
We're running along here. And you got to get the Brian. Okay, I'm sorry. This is just way too much at once. We go from cocaine sharks to Stuart Smalley. Oh, it's a news show. And it will be as soon as we come back. State Representative Brian Glorioso takes us inside the legislative session next. Doggone it.
We love us.
Well done.
Sharknado sharks on cocaine.
Yes, cocaine Sharknado.
Alan, you're the best.
By the way, did I ever tell y'all that I've interviewed the director of Sharknado?
No.
And he was... Oh, fantastic. Oh, God, it was so good.
We still need to get Osearch. I'll
That's-
Ernst up
Yeah, I can't find my guy's number anymore. When I lost my old phone and moved over to this phone, I lost my guy's number, and now he's like all important and shit. Hey, kill my mic. His name, and I don't. Yeah, get Brian on the phone. There's my bill search.
Hello, Brian. Good morning. I'm good. It's Talk 107.3. I'm Breland. We'll be coming to you in about 2 minutes, and Brian's going to pick up on his end, okay? Okay. I hate how that is. Like, we don't have a liner right there.
Oh. Don't forget LSU women's basketball back at it tonight. 9 p.m. tip-off for Kim Mulkey and her Tigers. You're going to hear it right here on Talk 107.3 FM. However, we'll be joining in progress. LSU softball will be playing before them. So when softball wraps up, we'll move over to basketball. Now, if you wanted the full pregame and everything, our sister station 100.7, we've got you covered. So once we have tip-off, once we've joined over here, it's actually be simulcast between both stations. But your home for LSU women's basketball all season long has been Talk 107.3 FM, and that will remain tonight. All right, time to dip into the legislative session. State Representative Brian Glorioso, who represents a good chunk of the greatest parish on earth in St. Tammany. He's on with us right now. Representative Glorioso, how are you, sir?
I'm great. Good morning. How are you?
I'm doing very well this morning. Want to start off with a little overview before we dive into a couple of things that you're working on. We're a couple weeks in now. How's it going?
I think it's going really well. You know, it's a different session, a lot more broad area of things being handled. I think the main issue for a lot of us is the workforce development, which we have some great bills, but Representative Weibel and Baralt and others, Bamberg, because we've done so many great things in the state in the last 2 years. We brought $100 billion in new investment here.
Yeah.
But now we have to train that workforce. And we see it here in my district. We have a great company called Textron that has some great military defense contracts and some new ones we're hoping that are coming. A lot of high-paying jobs, but we got to train those workers. We need skilled welders. We need electricians. We need project managers.
Mm-hmm.
These are all very high-paying jobs. So we're working hard to get those positions trained.
Yeah, and this week, in fact, I think was it Wednesday? It was LCTCS Day out at the Capitol. So we saw all of our community and technical colleges on display. And, you know, I made a couple laps around the rotunda right there. Representative Glorioso, I feel like they're up for the challenge. I feel like the dominoes are in order here.
Well, look, we've got Richard Nelson there, and he's been boy wonder on a lot of things for us, and he did a lot on the tax revisions that we needed. And I've had a lot of workings with him, and I'm super excited about what he's going to do for the community colleges. I think that's the future of higher education for the large part. I think we're going to see a smaller number of students being in 4-year programs, more students in these technical schools. I think that's good for the community, good for Louisiana, and there's a lot of high-paying jobs that are going to come out of that.
Yeah, that is the hope, that is the plan, and thus far, it feels like it's working to plan. State Representative Brian Glorioso is our guest. Want to pivot over to, while things look like they're moving smoothly right now, we could be running into a roadblock in the coming weeks. Is carbon capture going to derail the session and everything else? You're part of this freshman class. I hesitate to still call you a freshman, but you're part of this class that's come in, and since y'all took office, there has been so much positive movement coming out of the Capitol on the insurance front, the legal reform front, the job development front. Is carbon capture going to derail all that momentum?
I don't think so. Look, you have some people that are worried about personal private rights of property, and I think all of us are. But we've worked with that for 100 years in Louisiana. We are the leaders in oil and gas. There's pipelines running all over the state, probably more than anywhere else in the country. We know how to do it. We do it better than anyone else. I think we can talk about some issues to make sure that we're doing everything we can to preserve personal property rights and also have all the industry we need.
Okay. That is a level of positivity that, it's, if you're just reading the headlines, I don't think that message is making it out of the Capitol as quickly as the negativity is making it. But, hey, we're here for clicks, right?
That's right. I mean, look, sometimes, unfortunately, the media is with our short attention spans these days, they've got to have those buzzwords, and controversy sells a little bit better than everybody working together.
Yes, it does. State Representative Brian Glorioso is our guest. Let's check in on a little bit about what you're working on right now. You know what? You got an insurance bill that caught my eye, HB 577. It's, I believe it's in front of the full house now. You already cleared committee. Tell us what this does. Talk about the increasing the potential amount of a penalty. Talk to me about how.
No, that's not what it does. It was really just a cleanup bill. And so we reduced the penalty amount in 2024. Originally, it could go up to 200%. We reduced it to up to 50%. The problem is when we did it, we left out the word up to. So it just said 50%.
Okay.
So it was a mandatory automatic 50%, even if they sent the check and it was 1 day late. 50%. And so I felt like it had always been up to before that.
Mm-hmm.
The judge should have some discretion if no harm is done. It's a technical error. And again, no harm is done. Maybe we shouldn't automatically give a 50% penalty and encourage that litigation.
I'm so glad I asked about that one, because that is totally not how I read it. I read it like y'all were slapping another 50% on.
Oh, no, not at all.
Okay. That up to is an important 2 words. The most important 4 letters within that whole bill is the up to. State Representative Brian Glorioso is our guest. What else are you working on right now?
I started working last session with state police and law enforcement commission. Tragically, we had an officer killed in the line of duty in my district. He was trying to put out spike strips to stop a high-speed pursuit. I started working with state police and law enforcement commission. We've had over 40 officers killed in similar circumstances. There's new technology out there, new training that can prevent that. And we've seen more and more of these pursuits. More and more people are willing to ignore police, not stop, and go on these chases. And so I have 2 bills that are going to be coming up. One that creates a grant program and a funding mechanism to train our officers and allow them to acquire the newer technology, like remote operated spike strips, so the officer's not next to the road. And then there's a separate component that creates a small fee on every driver's license. It works out to 50 cents a year, but it will provide about $2.5 million to law enforcement to do training and to acquire some of this newer technology, which is really important for some of our smaller and rural communities that may not be able to afford this technology.
Okay. Well, so you said remote spike strips. What other technologies out there?
So there's one called a grappler, which is it comes off of the front of the officer's vehicle, and it essentially grabs the back tire and stops the car. They also have issues where they can literally shoot like a sticky GPS, and then they can track by drone so that they're able to back off and then intercept ahead of the chase. Because you have to remember, it's not just the officer's safety that's at issue in these chases. Every other person on the road is in serious danger when you have these chases that are 100-mile-an-hour plus.
Yeah. Oh, no, you've got the attention of everybody who's listening right now. You get the full attention of everybody who's listening right now, because we've seen multiple incidents here in Baton Rouge. We've seen an incident on the west side over in Bruley as well, where the high-speed chase has led to deadly results for, not just, like you said, not just the officer, but we've seen innocent bystanders taken in this as well. I'm super intrigued by the little sticky thing. It sounds like it's just a remote air tag.
Yes, well, exactly right. And so a lot of departments have gone away from helicopters because they're so expensive, and the drone technology now allows them to operate multiple drones, track really almost uninterrupted because they can replace batteries and send them back up. And so one of the new techniques that's utilized is backing away in certain circumstances. As long as you have a tracker on the vehicle, you can intercept it ahead, and then it's much safer for both other motorists and the officers.
How cool is that? I mean, especially when, again, I know you're from St. Tammany, but here in Baton Rouge, we have our real-time crime center at police headquarters. It's just amazing to think that this whole thing can be directed from right there because, again, another Baton Rouge reference, we've had a helicopter go down in the past. So even if you're in a helicopter, you're not removed from danger when you're up in the sky either. This is next level right here. What kind of support do you have behind this bill? I feel like this one should be flying through. No pun intended.
I haven't heard really any opposition. The Law Enforcement Commission, the state police, the Sheriff's Association, they're all on board. I work with them throughout the whole process. So everything that's in there is going to be something that's been vetted through all of our police departments. I mean, you know, maybe one or two people might question the 50 cents a year on the driver's license. But, you know, in this case, it's officer safety, it's public safety. It's not a lot of money for each individual, but it adds up. And then the program also creates a better system to allow us to apply for and get federal grants. So there's a lot of federal money out there. As you know, grant writing is very complex. So a little bit of that money I want the Law Enforcement Commission to utilize to be able to apply for those grants so that we can make sure we're capturing all of the federal money that may be available for our law enforcement community.
Got a couple minutes left with State Representative Brian Glorioso. I just absolutely loving that bill. Hey, can you talk to me a little bit about your disturbing the peace bill as well?
Absolutely. So I filed a bill after what happened in Minnesota with people going into a church and causing trouble. And so did Chairwoman Schlegel. We got together and said, let's just combine our two bills together and work together on it. What it does is it's an enhancement to disturbing the peace. It makes it very clear that we're not going to tolerate this in Louisiana. A church is a private place. It's not a public place. Just like a bank lobby, everyone's invited in to do bank business, but not to go sing a concert or to cause trouble. You're invited into church to worship God. You're not there to protest or to cause another problem. And so we have enhancements to disturbing the peace that require certain minimum jail times. And then if you commit another crime while doing that, then there's severe enhancements that make it a felony. The idea is that we want to deter that. We've had people murdered in church because crazy people have gone in. Most of our churches have security now. And you know, you're distracted when you're in church. You're worshiping. And so your guard is down. And our security doesn't know if someone comes in, if they're just there to yell and holler, or if they're going to pull a gun and try to hurt someone. And I don't want to put them in a position where they have to guess.
I'm assuming this is this is similar to the one that's being dubbed as the Don Lemon Law online.
Well, yeah, I mean, look, it's all catchphrases, but it really has nothing to do with Don Lemon.
No, but it picked up that. Well, again, it's all about the clicks. It picked up that name along the way, and I think it's quite the misdirection or misdescription of what this actually does, or who this is actually intended for.
Exactly, and look, that whole argument is just ridiculous. If a couple of gang members are going to Don Lemon and said, "Hey, guess what? We're going to go do a home invasion tonight. You want to tag along?" That's called accessory. If that's a crime, It's not journalism.
Well argued. Very good point. So this one is going to catch a little more, I don't know, but pushback, but at least a few more questions along the way. How has it been on the process? Because I know when you're making the sausage, a lot of it's got to be done behind the scenes. So what's the feedback been? What have the questions been?
On that bill?
Yeah.
You know, it was amazing that we got out of committee very easily, and everyone agreeing. I think what happened is the liberal media started complaining to the Democrat members who felt then pressure to try to oppose the bill on the floor. Personally, I think a lot of them agree with the bill. They may not agree with the mandatory sentence or some of the technicalities, but in spirit, I think we all agree there's no place for a protest in a church.
Right. Yeah, and completely agree with that. And in teaming up with Lori Schlegel, so have you deferred to her bill, or are we still on yours?
We just combine them together. We
Okay.
ran it under her bill. She and I present together in committee. She allowed me to present it on the floor, and we'll present it together in committee on the Senate. And so we're going to work it together. And that's something we're trying to do as a delegation. A lot of times we'll file similar bills, and I'll have to give Chairwoman Billio credit for this. She's like, look, we're not going to have 6 bills on the same thing. I'm going to get the authors together, have them work together, see if we can combine it to one bill. And that's the best way to do it.
See, that's the kind of thing I'm talking about when I talk about what this freshman class has been up to. And like I said, it's hard to call you a freshman because you've had like 40 sessions between all the specials. But like the working towards the actual bills, the working towards the actual enactment of law, as opposed to working towards having one person's name tagged to something. It's been noted in y'all's time over there. In the meanwhile, not done with our conversation, but we're completely out of time. State Representative Brian Glorioso, we're going to follow up real soon to get some updates on what you got going, okay?
Absolutely. Thanks for having me.
No, always. Thank you for hopping on board. It is 6:30. Here's news. 7:30. Here's news.
I was taking inventory of our coffee bar. We need tea too. Because we got the little container, but we don't have.
Is that Pennington?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, 1 second. Let me clean off my. All right. Let me move my
Would you
stuff.
like to come in? Come on in. We're ready for you.
Where's my?
How are y'all this morning?
Good. How are you?
Good.
Brian.
Oh,
we've met.
yeah.
This weekend.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
How you doing? Yep.
Doing well. Doing well. These are y'all's two here.
Trevor.
Yeah. Either way. I'll move over to this one here. And I do have to knock out a live commercial read on the way back in. So.
Try to scoot over closer to him, Brian, because I want to get that cord out though. There we go.
How about I move the cord too? Didn't this have someone hooked on yesterday?
So it is cornhole.
There it is.
There's
Nope.
no horseshoes.
Look, it's about to fall.
There's no virtual reality.
Turn it to where it, yeah, there we go. That's fine. That's fine.
It's just do what you can with what you got.
Exactly.
Now a check on your drive from the top 107.3 traffic center.
That's my laptop every day.
So I just had a state representative on who's working on about 10 different things this session, and I'm interested in all of them.
Yeah.
So I had every bill he had open. And I was like,
Did you read all of them?
digests on a few. In fact, it bit me in the ass on one of them because I misread what he was pitching
Oh,
on the
okay.
insurance bill.
That's a lot of information, though.
It is. But yeah, I think we covered 6 of his bills, and I got 5 of them right. And missed one. I missed 2 little words on one. Talking about a late penalty of 50% if insurance companies pay out late after their deadline.
Yeah.
And an increase of 50% in the penalty. But it really all the bill was doing was cleaning up language from a bill from last year where it should have said up to 50%.
Got it.
So the way I read the bill was they took what they did last year and they're tacking another 50% on. They said,
right.
No.
Mm.
Not what we're doing here.
So you got to use AI to summarize those things.
Yes.
Y'all going tonight to what's the answer?
Kathy is, my wife is. She's going to be volunteering.
I was supposed to go, but my daughter's got living stations over at the Stations of the Cross.
Mm-hmm.
So it was fun last year or the year before? It was last year.
Usually they do a good
Trivia,
job
the
with
murder
it.
mystery. They're not doing
Yeah.
the murder mystery this time.
I procrastinated and just Tuesday. What was I think he had registered by like last Friday.
Right.
Last Saturday morning, I was like, "Oops."
Yep. Didn't quite pull it off.
Didn't make it.
So before we get into the fair, we're just going to do a little bit about both y'all's background.
Sure.
Cool.
What's in the wheelhouse? What do you work on? Sort of stuff.
Highs at 75, but those low humidity levels plus freezing northerly winds will create the potential for fires to spread very quickly. A fire weather watch is in effect for Saturday. I'm meteorologist Baylor Rogers with your storm station forecast. WBRZ Channel 2. Your midday momentum.
I put my screen on never.
Hmm?
Where's your screen fading out? Just put your display on never. Okay. Fair.
.736 at Talk 107.3 FM, WBRP, mornings with Brian Haldane, rolling right along. You hear news about the potential resolution when it comes to getting TSA back to work. You know, one place that hasn't been a problem? Our airport. Things have been running smoothly over at Baton Rouge Metro Airport. FlyBTR.com is the website, FlyBTR.com. Daily flight to Washington, D.C. Fly out in the morning. In fact, I think it took off a little bit less than an hour ago. And you come home same evening. Don't even have to book a hotel room. Flies you right into Reagan National, get your business done, come home same day. Learn more at FlyBTR.com. All right, time to pivot over and talk with the some of the really good folks over at the Pennington Biomedical Research Center. Today we've got Dr. Robert Newton Jr. in with us and Dr. Owen Carmichael. Fellas, welcome aboard. How are you?
Good.
Doing well.
Glad to have you all in here. Ultimately, we're supposed to be talking about the 5th Annual Senior Black American Health Fair. But before we get into that, I want to give a little bit of background on both of y'all and what your wheelhouse is, what you do, and do better than anybody. Dr. Newton, let's start with you.
All right. Well, I'm Dr. Robert Newton. I'm a clinical psychologist by training, and what I do is health behavior research. So I try to help people to alter their lifestyles, like increasing physical activity, changing their diet, in order to reduce their risk of developing chronic diseases like diabetes and obesity and Alzheimer's disease.
Mm-hmm.
And do a lot of community-based work, and we try to infuse technology into what we do as well.
So I was reading up a little bit on the where the research focus is, but aside from just behavioral and activity, being more active and whatnot, there's an emphasis on the African American population.
Mm-hmm.
Is there a difference in the level of like who's catching what disease and why?
Yes, African Americans have experienced things like hypertension, obesity, diabetes, chronic kidney disease, dementia at a higher rate than do members of other ethnic groups.
Mm-hmm.
And so because of that, we're trying to figure out why is that the case and try to develop interventions that are tailored towards being more effective in that population so that we can reduce health disparities.
How tangible are the results here? How, when you see more physical activity, when you see behavioral changes, how one-to-one is the ROI on the effort?
So when we do activity, when we do studies to try to get people to be more active, they tend to become more active.
Mm-hmm.
And then we see improvements in their health. So we see decreases in blood pressure, we see changes in weight, we see changes in blood sugars. So we do see positive changes. What we need to have are interventions that are so broad and so big that they make a change on a population level.
Yeah.
And
do you find that like success begets success on that? Like the more active they are, the better they want to eat. Like when it comes to, because if you're on a weight loss path, it's tough, man. It is tough to break, especially here in Louisiana.
It is. We have a lot of people who tell us that, because they have made a change in one area of their life, they're making changes in other areas. So yeah, it does tend to be multiplicative.
We've also got Dr. Carmichael in with us. Let's talk a little bit about the brain and imaging and chronic disease laboratory. What's the work being done over there?
Sure. So since about 2003, I've had 2 different roles. I've been an Alzheimer's disease researcher trying to understand why some people get Alzheimer's disease and some do not. And I've been using biomedical imaging to try to answer some of those questions. So I'm the director of biomedical imaging at Pennington Biomedical. And basically what I do is I take older folks and I scan their brains looking for clues about some of these questions, like why some people get Alzheimer's disease earlier or later, why some people seem to be resistant to it. And where I come together with Rob is to ask the question of why is it that people who exercise more, eat better, sleep better, and all these other kind of lifestyle factors, why those people go on to have a lower risk of Alzheimer's disease later on.
What are we learning? I know you're not to a finish line yet, but where is it taking you?
Well, it's pretty clear that people that go for a very long time over the course of decades with better exercise, better diet, better sleep habits, and so on, all the way from middle age, go on to have a lower risk of Alzheimer's disease later on. There's kind of mixed evidence that if you take somebody who wasn't that either disciplined or fortunate and you try to change their habits late in life, it's actually kind of a mixed message of some people seem to improve their brain health and other people it seems like it's maybe too little too late. But how that plays out is still not very well understood. So just intuitively, it doesn't make sense that someone who has taken no care of their health throughout life and then changes up something at the last minute at age 80, say, it doesn't make sense that they would somehow erase everything that happened to them over the past 50 years in terms of poor health. It also doesn't make sense to go in the opposite direction where someone who's extremely at a high level of health all the way until age, say, 75, and then starts sitting on the couch, suddenly erases all of that history either. So the truth is somewhere in the middle of those two extremes, and we're trying to figure out where it is.
When you talk about adding more exercise and literally getting the blood flowing and whatnot, do we know why that causes better results? I mean, is it something about blood not getting stagnant, or like the more it's moving through you, the more you're getting everything that it provides to you?
Well, there's 2 different concepts. One is really not that different from a farming type of analogy, which is to say where you irrigate the crops is where the crops are going to grow, right? And in the brain, it's really not all that different from that, where blood flows to every part of the brain. Wherever blood flow is more efficient and more vigorous, that's the places where you're going to get better health to the tissues of that part of the brain. So that's the really simple, just like watering your lawn, for example. It's just that simple. But then the other side of it is that when you exercise and when you eat certain foods, your body has this signaling system that's a little bit like a telecommunications network where the fat in your body is sending out chemical signals and the muscle in your body is sending out chemical signals. Same with the bone and the liver and other tissues as well. And what those signals are telling the rest of the body is to maintain and grow tissues better. And so those signals get up into the brain and tell the brain tissue to maintain itself, to grow new tissue, to grow new neurons, which are the elements that you use to think, and so on. So it's really both of those different concepts put together at this time.
Dr. Robert Newton, Dr. Owen Carmichael, our guests there from the Pennington Biomedical Research Center. Dr. Newton, I want to move back over to you, but stick around, Dr. Carmichael, because I'm going to ask you the same question in just a second. When you talk about diabetes, heart disease, and other things where physical activity can combat, how much does genetics play into this? And and if you'll pardon the simplicity, can you outrun your family tree?
Well, I heard an analogy a long time ago that that the genetics loads the gun, but your environment, your behavior pulls the trigger. Okay, and so I think I got that right. So basically, you exist, you have a genetic makeup, that is true, but it is not all determining. Okay, there are things we can do behaviorally that can turn on, turn off genes, and that can protect us, promote our health. So genetics is not the complete makeup, and it's not usually when people have, severe conditions and things. It's not just one gene. It's a multi-gene kind of thing that happens where there's a bunch of genes that are being turned on or turned off to cause conditions. So our behavior, and studies show this in terms of behavioral studies, long-term studies, that your behavior makes a humongous difference in your health.
So to an extent, yes. To an extent, yes. You can. I mean, it's. I like the loaded gun versus not firing it. That's good analogy on that front. Dr. Carmichael, when it comes to Alzheimer's, is there genetics that play into it?
Well, this is a confusing landscape because there are two diseases that are really almost completely different from each other. One is called autosomal dominant or familial Alzheimer's disease, and the other one's called sporadic Alzheimer's disease. So the first one of those, autosomal dominant Alzheimer's disease, is extremely rare. It tends to hit patients earlier on in the lifespan, and it is totally genetics driven. If you carry a certain gene, you are absolutely on railroad tracks to that form of Alzheimer's disease. But what 98% of Alzheimer patients get in the real world is the other kind, which hits people later on, mostly in the 70s and later, called sporadic Alzheimer's disease. And I like the loaded gun analogy. I also use a 5-card draw poker analogy where for sporadic Alzheimer's disease, your family history and your genetics is kind of like drawing 5 cards in your hand at the start of a poker game, and 1 or 2 of those cards being junk cards, not face cards, 2 of diamonds or something. And the other cards in your hand are determined by your behaviors, your exercise, your diet, and so on. Now, even if all 5 of your cards in your hand are junk cards, you can still win the pot, right?
Right.
And you can also start your hand with 3 aces and lose the pot, right? So in no way, shape, or form are your genetics putting you on railroad tracks for Alzheimer's disease if you have the usual kind of it. Lots of things can happen.
On the first kind, the one that is genetic, does the physical activity contribute to staving things off?
So in the first kind, it's unfortunately difficult to study because it's such a rare disease. Sure. And I'm actually not sure that all that much research has gone into exercise and familial Alzheimer's disease. Mostly what all the concentration on is in that area is on drugs instead.
Okay. We do need to talk about the 5th annual Senior Black American Health Fair. Tell me all about it. Let's start with Dr. Newton.
Sure. So again, this is the 5th time we've done this. So what we're going to do is we're going to have a panel of experts, including Dr. Carmichael, who will be there to answer people's questions. Remember, so you have medical doctors, cardiology, oncology, Alzheimer's disease. We are going to have, I should say this too, free food.
Always a driver. Always a driver.
Yes, and free valet parking, so people don't have to pay for that. Okay. We're going to have vendors. We're going to have different fun activities like bingo, Pilates, line dancing. And we actually have 2 kind of special guests that will be there this year.
Are these surprise guests, or are we?
No, we can tell you about them. We can tell you about them. So we have Herb Caldwell, who's going to be there he does the Mama Joe Project. And this is really a documentary about a family dealing with Alzheimer's disease from the family's perspective.
Okay.
And then we also have an interactive research bus where people can get onto this mobile unit and they can learn all about research by like an interactive, immersive experience on the bus.
Oh, cool.
Yes.
Very cool stuff. Dr. Carmichael, pick it up where he left off. What else is on tap that day?
Well, I think one of the most important things about the Senior Black American Health Fair is that it provides serious information about your health from trusted sources, but it's done in Louisiana fashion, which is to say there's a lot of social time. People are cracking jokes and having conversations with each other. There's line dancing, there's a DJ, and like we say, there's free food. And so it's exactly the kind of Louisiana get-together that you might want to have socially. And it comes at a time when senior citizens face a very confusing health information landscape where there's all kinds of information coming in from all sides. Some of it's trustworthy, some of it's not. And so these are your trusted partners in the community giving you factual information.
Oh, we're all good with a good internet diagnosis, aren't we?
Yeah, for sure.
I got to ask the question here. Both of y'all are over here pushing physical activity. You allowed for valet parking? No,
Yeah.
park your car, walk
Right.
your butt in from the
Come on,
parking lot.
guys.
Let's get a few steps in
There
here.
we go.
We have to remember that these are older individuals.
I
who are-
understand. I understand.
Oh, let me also say this: that we should thank our sponsors: Blue Cross Blue Shield, Our Lady of the Lake, Care South, and Humana.
Absolutely, yeah, absolutely. Making it all happen. Going to be on April 11th. Do folks just show up? Do they register ahead of time? What do they need to do?
So they can register ahead of time on our website, which is www.pbrc, like Pennington Biomedical Research Center, .edu/.
I got it in front of
Okay.
SBAHF.
There you go. So Black American Health Fair.
SBAHF.
Yes.
Yeah,
So they can go there and they can register. They can also register on Eventbrite. Do they have to register? No, but we like folks to register, so we have an idea about how many folks will be showing up.
So you'll know how much food to get,
Right.
if nothing else.
Right.
Dr. Newton, Dr. Carmichael, thank you so much for a couple of minutes. That is once again coming up April 11th out at Pennington. We are due up for your money now. Awesome stuff. Good job.
Thank you.
Sorry, I had to poke fun at the valet a little bit.
No, yes, that's right. Yeah.
That was on a tee for me.
Thank you so much.
No, my pleasure.
Terrific. All right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. Good to see
Awesome.
you again.
Yeah, likewise.
You guys have a good one.
Bye,
You too.
Thank you.
So, I'm gonna be paranoid for the next couple weeks. I smell.
Not right now.
Okay. I'm unaware of it when it happens,
Yeah.
so I need feedback.
I haven't smelled you at all this week. Is it right after you eat? You fought it.
I don't know when it is. Whatever David's fed me last week, it was bad last Friday. What I'm told.
I don't know.
So,
It must be after you eat. Because when you drink, like,
well, caffeine's supposed to aggravate it as well, which I can't live without
I smell
caffeine.
your cologne.
I'm not wearing cologne.
Well, you're.
Oh, body Axe, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, then we're good. I can. See, here's the thing: this is one, and I've been finding like support groups online and like Reddit like chats and whatnot. Apparently, this leads to paranoia with people who have it, and a big part of it is stress aggravates it and exacerbates it. So you're paranoid over what you smell, so your stress level goes up.
Yeah.
So
And then stress is happening.
right. So.
Yeah. Well, look, I'm deaf and I'm blind, so we're in the same boat.
So I was telling Taylor, because I go to a lot of places with sales reps. So I was telling Taylor yesterday about it. So she just let me know so I could duck out. I don't want to be in front of a potential client.
You can take charcoal.
Yes.
It'll make it go away, though.
Yes.
But it takes time. You can't just take it and it goes away.
No, like charcoal, give it about 12 hours to absorb whatever's in there. So,
But if you have to leave.
but like I took charcoal last night and again this morning.
So you should be good.
Yeah, but like if I take charcoal for more than 3 days in a row, my insides are torn to shit. So I have to stop for a while. I know. But by that time, whatever was in my system's gone. But I was telling Taylor about it yesterday, and I need to tell Rosher and Clayton because we're out in a lot of places as well. And I don't want to be around a potential client.
You gotta tell me.
Yeah. So I tell Taylor this. He goes, Brian, I don't have a sense of smell. I'm like, well,
You're like,
that
well,
doesn't
great.
help. That doesn't help me at all.
No,
Yeah.
I'm just deaf.
Yeah.
You're like, well, we're screwed.
It's essential. That's where Generac Industrial Energy leads the way. From generation to storage and distribution, our connected solutions will power critical infrastructure.
And I'm just now realizing the mics were on the whole time. I didn't ask you to turn them off. That's on me. Totally on me.
Alan says certified crazy. I think he's talking about the interview, though.
Oh.
Alan, you talking about yourself or what? Alan said we didn't hear that.
Whatever.
He's lying.
He's totally lying. What are we doing here?
Hurricane chart.
Now, let's go back to the concert. Will Wade, just a quick recap. Actually, yeah, can you re-queue up 13, 14, and 15, or just 14 and 15? The hurricane charts topic is stupid. I would rather actually, I might go down a rabbit hole here real quick.
We got to get a line there.
7:55, Talk 107.3 FM, WBRP, mornings with Brian Haldane, rolling right along. Thanks again to Dr. Newton and Dr. Carmichael from Pennington for stopping by. Hey, while we're talking health, let me remind you about the folks over at Guarantee Health. GuaranteeHealth.com is the website if you wanted to check them out. If you work in a medical office, if you run a medical office, if you've got a practice, a specialty practice, a general practitioner, if you're urgent care is a good spot for this. Guarantee Health Solutions is up and running and here to help you, bridging the gap between healthcare and hospitality. They branched, this all got started based off of a gap in that level of bedside manner and hospitality, like things in the front of the office not translating back to the patient room. And then if you don't translate back to your bedside manner in the patient room, your reputation online is going to go south. And if your reputation online goes south, your marketing goes south. And then how are you making sure that everything in your office is moving in the right direction, rowing in the same direction? Well, it starts with that level of hospitality. And at Guarantee Health Solutions, they create experiences that attract patients, build loyalty, and drive measurable growth. They'll work with you on the business end, but it starts on the hospitality end. If you want to learn more, visit GuaranteeHealth.com. I'm debating here whether or not I want to stay on task and go back to the topic at hand or go down the rabbit hole. Breland, give me a quick
Topic on hand.
Topic on hand?
Yeah, let's
stay
go.
on task?
Stay on task.
Okay. Well, then we'll put State Representative Domain to the side for a quick second. Big news, obviously, with the rehiring of Will Wade. Unheard of. When you think about it, fired the guy for cause 4 years ago. And then brought him back. And a lot of people actually surprised this didn't get done sooner. And I'm surprised it got done, honestly. Happy with it, though. I don't know that there's anybody out there that wanted Will Wade to go when he went. We all understood, a lot of us understood why he went. But just the level of excitement that's just been re-injected into Baton Rouge. In fact, a buddy of mine texted me this morning. He said, Brian says, not me, Brian, my buddy, giant boot up billboard with Wade's pick on Essen in front of Our Lady of the Lake this morning. What a great morning. So yeah, a giant boot up billboard. By the way, and I posted this on Facebook a couple days ago when all this talk started. I haven't looked at a Advocate this morning, but if the headline at the Advocate didn't just say simply reboot, then everyone at the Advocate should just quit their jobs, whether you write headlines or not. If the headline didn't say reboot, you just totally missed it. That excitement is not, I mean, it's to be expected. Yo, remember the battle, like the turf war with UL Lafayette? And,
well, because I went to UL Lafayette.
And Coach Marlin over there.
Yeah.
And we got to find some audio. I went looking for audio yesterday because I used to work on a sports station, and everything that I had when I was hosting AFR, gone.
Oh,
all of it.
No.
Oh, and it was all the clips of like, Coach Marlin would say something to Will Wade, would respond with, Coach Marlin would say, we need to play in our gym. This was the year they played in the NIT.
Yep.
So they need to play in our gym. And Will Wade said, real teams playing in an arena. Bro.
Good audio, too.
Oh, I know. Glenn Gilbo with Tiger Rag Magazine was talking to our news partners at Louisiana Radio Network. When you have fan excitement, can you turn that into dollars that can provide for NFL money. Gilbo says the program's going to find a way to raise enough money to continue operating at full capacity. Cut 14.
When they really want to find the money, they know the people that can get them the money regardless of how that's channeled. They can find the money when they need it, and I think they just really felt like they needed it because of how far down the basketball program has gone.
And it really has. And that's while Matt McMahon was not successful, that was going to be an impossible situation for whoever took over that gig. So reset button has been hit. We have rebooted, and it's time to boot up once again. Hour 3 is coming up next right here on Talk 107.3 FM. I've got 3 live reads I've got to do while Rocco's in here. I know. We'll make a bit of it during this day in history. That happened today?
Oh, I'm firing it up too. I love it. You just brought some like a video.
Can't play that.
I'm gonna play the part where keep my wife's name. I can't play.
You can't play that either.
I'm like, damn, I can't play it.
While the news is running, can you dub it without putting it on air?
Yeah.
And I'll put a bleep in it?
Yeah. Yeah, let me do that.
Do you want to bleep or do you just want to mute?
I'm gonna cut it out completely. Keep my wife's name.
Well, no.
Here.
Here. Mute it so the cadence keeps in the listener's mind.
Okay, hang on. I'm real fast. If you freak out.
On air? You're not on air.
There you go.
How are you, brother?
What happened with her?
They chose not to renew his contract.
So Scott Rob's out. Yeah, but what you doing?
Hey, here you go. What do you think?
Thank you
How
so
are
much
you?
for your hospitality and generosity and kindness and compassion, most of all. Whoever was involved with getting the 2 tickets to Zach Bryan, which I have no idea what freaking songs he
Have a
sings.
good time.
I have no idea. But look, Haldane knows. No, you tell me to hang tight, bro. Don't even start, bro. I mean, this mother. Rick, let me tell you something. I got freaking grease on my brand new Peter Malarkey shirt.
On your what?
My Peter Malarkey shirt.
Peter Malarkey?
And look, my wife gave it to me for my birthday. And I said, that's really nice. I love the old school logo.
Yeah.
Because that's when I was at LSU. And she said, there's a I said, really? How much? She said, they're like 125. I said, take that some bitch back. I don't need it that back. And then I walked into Circle K, bought a lottery ticket, and won $250. The compulsive game.
I know. I'm trying to edit something we're about to use on air.
We're just lighting it up.
Who's cursing like that, bro?
Chris Rock.
Will Smith.
Will Smith.
He slapped somebody again?
No, this day in history that happened. Okay.
Remember?
Oh, I remember.
I'm pretty sure it's just the one shit, the two F's.
Look, I need to wear a headset today because I'm not sitting down, dude. I've been driving back and forth in New Orleans all week because of the sweaties, and I don't want to sit down.
Can you give me till the first break to get you the headset?
Oh, you effing right. I can do that for
Okay.
you, brother, because I love you.
I love you too.
How about you go fuck yourself?
Oh. Wow.
Rick,
Wow, dude.
I don't like country music. That's what he said on the air. I don't like country music. You're a Jenny woman, dude.
He said, I don't
You know what a Jenny woman is?
Paulo Rigo called me that.
Look it up.
He said, I don't know what this
In
means.
Italian folklore. I got you some lucky beans. Are we doing this day in history
Yeah.
right now?
Yeah.
Oh, welcome
806 at Talk 1073 FM
to the Brian
WBRP.
Haldane Show.
Mornings with Brian Haldane. Rolling right along. It's hour 3.
man. I
Brian
know
here with
it's the
you. Bree
morning.
Lynn producing. Broadcasted live from the 180 Pros studio. It's the time for your IT to do a 180. Visit 180pros.com. We got a busy hour this hour, y'all.
Can we
By
get the
busy,
makeup guy
I mean,
back in here? I'm starting to sweat and perspire from all these new lights you got in here. I need some bass.
Not a thing.
Hey, Francois, get over here.
Who is Francois?
That's the
You're just-
makeup guy.
You're
He travels
adding,
with
you're
me.
adding to our staff over here.
No, this is my guy. It's my personal assistant.
You brought Francois with you.
This
Okay.
day in history, brother. Let's do. You know, this is my favorite. I'm a history buff. I know all of it. Let's
Okay.
go.
All right, go ahead.
I'm waiting for you to start reading them. Do you not have a minor in history from LSU?
Rocco's over here like teeing up. He's ready to go.
I told you I wanted to be an attorney.
Uh-huh.
I found out it was 3 more years because you know I love to talk.
Yeah.
And I said, nah, the
Nah.
6-year plan's good enough for me.
Okay.
Oh, Lord.
Yeah, that's right. But I finished.
All right. 1794 U.S. Navy was established. Enough said. That's it. All right. 1912 cherry blossom started blooming in Washington, D.C.
Really? That
Yep.
late?
Yep. 1912.
Okay.
All right. Let's see. 1964, a massive 9.2 magnitude earthquake struck Alaska, the strongest ever recorded in the United States.
Wow.
Ooh.
That's pretty huge. Hey, this year, this day in 47 BCE, 47 BCE. You're a history buff, Rocco. What happened on this day in 47 BCE?
Beat like before Christ?
Before Christ.
Yeah, that means, Moses parted the Red Sea.
Nah, that wasn't on this day.
No.
No, Cleopatra was reinstated as the queen of Egypt.
That was a good guess, though.
It was a good guess.
That was a good guess.
Oh, man, I can't wait. Easter's coming up, and they're going to play the 10 Commandments.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, man.
Oh,
Look,
I know.
Charles, what's his name? And the other guy, Yul Brenner.
Yes.
Oh, man, I love that.
Charlton, not Charles.
So it shall be written. So it shall be done.
Dude, you know what I got tonight? This would be a little throwback for you. You know what I got
I'm
tonight?
just mad still because you don't like country, but I digress. Please go on.
Living Stations tonight.
Ooh, that's some heavy duty stuff there.
Love
All
it.
right.
I love the Living Station, my man.
All right.
I might even come. Where is it? Is that Mercy today?
Yes.
Oh, that's right. You're doing it Friday.
Abby's in
Before the-
8th grade this
Before,
year.
oh, you got the
Yes.
one with your child.
Yes.
You didn't make a point of edification, dude.
How am I supposed? You can't speak in
No,
pronouns.
unless my kid's in it, no one's going to care
Look,
about it.
I
Unless-
read
I'm not
the
gonna-
Harbros College Handbook from front to back. I'm the most articulate person you're going to meet and writer. Okay? Don't speak in pronouns.
You know you care about living stations when your kid's in it.
I do. It's
like a fantasy football
I may
roster. If
even
it's not
go,
yours, no one
honestly,
cares.
I've been through 3 of them, and I enjoy it so much every time. And the clincher for me, brother, and you know this because you had 2 that's going through it. I mean, 1 is going through it already. At the end.
With the soldier.
When he hangs it and he looks at the cross and, bruh, broke me down in tears because my son was one of the soldiers. One of the centurions. His name is Roman.
Yeah.
You know, I once was a Roman centurion.
You were?
Yes. I don't believe in reincarnation because I'm Catholic.
Uh-huh.
But I think I was a Roman soldier. I'm telling you, I am the foot soldier. My name Troy.
I don't believe in reincarnation.
Troy means foot
but I'm
soldier.
pretty sure I was reincarnated.
David,
That's-
middle name beloved. Rocco, repose or rest. Coincidence? That's 3 for you. Boom, bam, bam. Go.
1964 was the biggest earthquake in Alaska. 9 years later, they built up the Trans-Alaskan Pipeline.
What?
Yeah. What else you got?
2005 TV medical drama Grey's Anatomy debuts on ABC. Debuts, not debuts. Jesus.
Amen.
I know.
I talk to him all the time. Follow him. Do whatever he tells you to do.
In the year 2022.
I'm amped up. I'm ready for Easter. Come on. Let's go.
It's not even Holy Week yet.
Let's go.
All right, at the Oscars in 2022. We'll never forget it. You want me to play it?
Go for it.
Let's go for it. Let's go for it.
I'm out here. Richard. Oh, wow. Wow. Will Smith just smacked the shit out of me.
Keep my wife's name out your mouth.
Wow, dude.
Yeah.
It was a G.I. Jane jump.
My wife's name out your mouth.
I'm going to, okay?
Wow.
Yeah. Oh, I'll never forget. I was sitting there watching it on live TV. I was like, I think it's staged. And then the more angrier Will Smith got,
Yeah.
I'm like, no, it ain't staged.
What?
He's about to beat him up.
Not staged, but definitely putting on a show.
Yeah, he was putting on a
But
show.
and the thing is, I've loved, been a Will Smith fan his entire career. There's no need to argue. Parents just don't understand. Like the Nightmare on My Street is the summertime.
Right.
Like take it all the way back. It just that was so disturbing.
It was.
I liked him when he was on The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air.
Oh, yeah.
I like Carlton when he do the crazy dance and all of that. But let me tell you something right now. It'll be a cold day in hell before any man, if I could even say that word on the air, slaps me.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't drop that son of a bugger like a bad habit.
No, quickly. With
I'm
the
just
quickness.
telling you.
I
I
don't
see
care
the
if I
hand
lose.
coming. I'm ducking
You
first
just laughed it
anyway.
off.
And I'm coming up with a right hook, and I'm going to knock his jaw off. I'm
Yeah.
just telling you. And, was it, there was so much speculation as whether it was staged or not. And I don't think it was. And I never even knew the definition of the word cockhole. I didn't even know what that meant. I really didn't. My wife had to say, this is what it means. And I'm like,
Cuckold. That's different. That's different completely.
Like,
Different
yeah.
completely.
We're not
Let's-
going to talk
let's
about
not
it.
repeat the- don't repeat the word.
I have my own
Please don't
vernacular.
repeat-
That's not a curse word. I didn't cuss.
No, it's not, but it's very.
Okay, well,
We're just
if the
not gonna-
FCC finds you, pay it.
It's sexual.
Anyway, the point being, I just would have never allowed that to happen.
I agree.
In a public space on TV where millions of people are watching.
Oh, and I don't care.
And
if
you
I'm-
don't do anything. Look, I'll tell you what. If he kicks my butt on that stage, he's going to know I was in the hunt and the fight,
Right.
bro.
That's
You
right.
know what I'm saying? That's all there is to
I don't
it.
care if I lose the fight. There will be a fight.
That's right.
Yeah.
Like my great-grandpappy once told me, in order to give a butt whipping, you're going to have to take a few.
All right. I got
Birthdays.
3 more before we get
Okay, let's
birthdays.
go.
3. 1,
Three
2,
more.
3.
Yes.
3 people in a room. All have
Number
purple on.
1, this day in 1958, Khrushchev took over in Russia.
I remember him.
This day in 1962, Rocco, you ready for this? This day in 1962,
Cuban Missile Crisis.
Archbishop Joseph Francis Rummel met
yeah.
with Catholic school superintendent Monsignor Henry Bazoo, and it was on this day in 1962 that segregation was ended in New Orleans Catholic schools.
Wow.
Dang.
Now, little postscript to that, I was baptized by Monsignor Bazoo.
What?
Yes! This day in 1973.
Don't be throwing it. Look, I was confirmed by Bishop Duca.
There you go.
All right, I was baptized at St. Peter and Paul. I used to be like
St.
Paul.
Francis Xavier for me.
I never persecuted Christians or killed anybody, but I mean, you get the idea. Then my reconciliation, Our Lady of Prom Sucker, hasten to help us.
This day in
Confirmation,
1973.
That right there is that Holy Spirit.
So she played a clip from the Academy Awards in 2022. This day in 1973, what took home the Best Picture?
1973.
The Godfather.
See, the man knows. The man knows.
He does
All right,
know.
birthdays. What you got?
All right.
It also took home Best Screenplay from Mario Puzo.
Mariah
Would
Carey.
you like me to continue?
No, we're gonna keep it moving.
I can tell you the
We're
song
keeping
of the
moving.
movie.
All right. Mariah Carey, Fergie, Jessie J, Kendra Scott from here in Louisiana, Halle Berry. Wait, no, never mind. Halle Berry does not have a birthday. Totally different person.
She doesn't have a birthday. She was hatched.
Yes, she was just
Okay.
hatched. And Fergie. Oh, wait. Quentin Tarantino.
There you go. That's the one we were missing. Was Quentin Tarantino right there?
We don't have a birthday.
Little birthday.
How can you not have a birthday?
She was hatched.
No, she was just hatched.
Yeah.
The stork brought her down.
That's
All right, what you got, Brian?
That was it. I wanted to add Quentin Tarantino onto the list,
I have no notable deaths. So
which is sad because so many people died today.
I know.
Every day, people dying.
I know.
I know.
You pass the
I know.
cemetery, people dying again.
I don't have a national day worth a day.
Did you hear that? People are dying again.
I did.
You missed it. It went right over your head.
No, it didn't
y'all
go-
got
it
the
didn't
drink.
go over
I
my
gave
head.
them both an Asani people so they can wake up.
Oh, it's World
And
Theater
remember,
Day.
look, this is merely an exhibition of
World
my
Theater Day.
talents.
World Theater Day.
Please,
Rocco's
no
here.
wagering, no wagering. But I did bring some delicious food for you, my brother and sister. I brought catfish because my little girl's allergic to shrimp. She can't have shellfish. And I bought oysters, or how we say it.
Oysters.
Yeah.
Oysters.
And I'm going to make you a broister sandwich of the week. Yeah.
Awesome.
Blue cheese, oysters.
Wait, what?
Marmalade. Dude, you have no idea what I'm bringing today to the
All right.
table.
Before we hit our break, got to remind you about Landmark Bank. LandmarkBankLA.com is the website. LandmarkBankLA.com, a community bank since 1897. That is half the lifespan of our nation. They've remained true to their mission this entire time. Want to learn more? Visit LandmarkBankLA.com. Hit the About Us tab. You'll find the locations. You'll find the hours. More importantly, you'll find a little bit more about what they're all about. What they're all about when it comes to making sure that as a member of the community, they take care of their community. The people you see in line at the grocery store, the people you see over at the gym, leaving church, in carpool, wherever the case might be, you have a banker that you could sit down with, a banker to help you when it comes to borrowing, when it comes to investing, when it comes to starting something as simple as your kid's first savings account. Learn more at LandmarkBankLA.com.
You notice, being the consummate professional I am, I know when to acquiesce and step away.
Yes. Cuckold is with a C.
I know.
Cuckold was two full words right there.
I know. I know what I said, Haldane.
Jeez.
It's a lot about the shock value, but I really didn't know what
No,
it meant.
it was totally about the shock.
That's when a chick.
You need a headset.
Yeah, please. I brought you on it. I'll be able to redo. Brought tastes blue cheese. You like blue cheese? Cheese, bro. Taste a couple of these crumbs. Brett, you like blue cheese?
Yes, I do.
Taste shit. Y'all know this sandwich is so fucking. What's wrong with me? I gotta stop cursing. I mean, we're all in purple. I mean, penance. Look at this, what I got for my babies. Look.
Let's see.
Ooh, it's still hot, too. You like oysters?
I love oysters.
Oh, look, I got a special one I saved just for you. You're going to love it, though. Yeah. It's just a little snack for you guys.
It's a little snack.
Just a little snack. You see our we marinated in mustard and seasoning.
Ooh!
Break a piece open. It's still moist. Never trust a skinny cook. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Very true. If the cook is skinny and cook food.
What happened? I saved you a bit.
When I was growing up, my barber had a ball cap.
Oh, excuse me. That Red Bull, bro. This time of year,
You know,
the oysters are the best.
They always say months with R, but I think it's right after that.
Man, that ain't
Let's talk about that. We're back in.
I'll go into it for you now.
Glorious.
I've got some rumble out if you don't want to give me some rumble.
819 Talk 107.3 FM, WBRP, mornings with Brian Haldane, rolling right along. We got Rocco in the house. Little Foodie Friday action.
Remember,
yes,
to have my cash before I leave.
Okay.
For my endorsement of this show.
Yeah. Hey, push the mic just a slightly.
Man,
closer.
let me.
Little bit-
I don't
little
want
bit-
it to mess
no,
up my
close.
hair. Hold
No,
on.
the mic doesn't mess up your hair.
Relax.
There you go, right there. That's what we need.
Relax.
I'm relaxed.
So first of all, this has become a tradition. I usually come in here the weekend before Easter.
Yes.
And then I also come in the weekend before Memorial Day. Because where do I go?
You go to the beach.
Why? Because Britt does not know this. I have autograph signing sessions down there.
Yes, I forgot about
They
that.
all come to the Foot
Sorry.
Soldier. I'm on the beach looking like a Roman centurion. My
I love
arm is
this.
glistening, brother. Glistening. And everybody else, $20 for a Polaroid. You, my baby, you get a free one autograph.
I get a
8
free?
by 10 glossy.
I love it.
Because I don't play.
And a frame.
You
I
know,
love it.
he hit you with 3 things on the way out, people. Let me hit you with 3.
Go for it.
These are for you, Brian.
For me.
In order to beat a man, you got to beat the man.
Mm-hmm.
And to all the ladies out there, Britt and everybody, you can't be first, but you could certainly be next. And more importantly, to conclude it for you for the day, you may not like me, Haldane.
Channeling Ric Flair.
You may not like me.
Love you.
But you will learn to love me. Woo!
Just got the Ric Flair thing going.
How about that, my boy? But yes, man, thank you. I love coming in because it's the last couple of weeks of Lent. You know, Good Fridays, we're traditionally busy, but obviously this is the peak one of Easter for us. This last Friday prior to, Palm Sunday, Palm Week, right?
Yeah.
Prior to
Holy
Easter.
Week.
Well, you know what I mean. Whatever.
I do.
You know what I'm talking
I
about.
know.
The vernacular, this day, that day, the other day. You get where I'm going with it. The point
I
being,
do.
it's the busiest because next week people are off of school. Everybody's going to be traveling. Some people are going to go out of town.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, everybody's got crawfish balls, all this other stuff. So the catfish, we're going to make you some catfish po' boys, just standard, regular catfish.
Yeah.
And I'm going to tell y'all something. Last Lent, okay, I've had one this year, one catfish po', but last year I had the first catfish po' boy at Rocco's that I've had in probably 10 to 15 years.
Okay.
Because I really don't like a lot of fried food except for oysters. That's really all I eat if I eat a fried oyster po' boy or fried food. I mean, a little papas fritas every now and again, some French fries, yeah. But I ain't a big fried food fan. Just not. With that being said, oysters, this time of the year, and look, don't believe all the bukkake about months with an R. Okay, so people say that because it's typically the cooler months. But there are a lot of mitigating factors that affect flavor, size, et cetera, of oysters. The colder it is, and we've had some really, really, really cold weather, they thrive. They grow. I mean, they're filtering in, and I mean, they get really, really big, and we've had some very cold weather. Also, the river is very low, okay?
Yes.
So we don't get that much backflow of fresh water into the tributaries that then go to the bayous, hence the oyster beds.
Yeah.
Correct? So, because we haven't had that, you have a high salinity in the water. What do you like about oysters if you eat them raw?
Saltiness.
Yeah. And they salty. And right now, if you're going to get oysters, this is the time to do it because guess what's coming up?
Everything melts.
Yeah.
No, this is Mike Strain moment right here.
That's why I needed Francois to come in here. Francois, second break.
Everything melts up front. The river level goes up here. We have more water pushed down. This is what gives us our fantastic
and
soil
then you get that
everything
push.
grows. Yep.
And brother, let me tell you, being from down there, New Orleans, and then fishing out in Hopedale and up where I grew up, Shell Beach, that area. You know nothing about that because you're from the North Shore.
Whatever.
Anyway, we're seeing so many different species, and I'm sure Mike Strain can, the commissioner, can tell you even more about it. I mean, we're seeing all kind of freshwater. I mean, the last time I went and took my boys fishing, which was right around Christmas time, caught a bunch of redfish. We knew we wanted to catch this. It wasn't optimal time to catch specks. It was cold. You got to go further out. We didn't want to do that. But man, I caught two, not three, two, 3.5, 4 pound freshwater catfish.
Really?
Yes.
Really?
Yes. In Hopedale in Lake Fortuna. Okay, that's just a different lake.
Weird.
Yeah. We're catching, we call them ditch pickles, the green bass.
Okay.
Back there everywhere. I mean, there's all kind of freshwater fish that have migrated in, and it's a catch-22 situation. And if you talk to somebody like Chip Klein, who used to be the director of coastal renovation, he will tell you, I mean,
it was CPR.
So what builds land at the end of the river? All the sediment and dirt that comes down. So there are parts that is regenerating naturally.
Yeah.
It's just
but it's only regenerating where it flows out to.
Correct.
Which is why sediment diversion is important.
This guy here has interviewed some people. I know he's not that smart.
I'm not.
You talk to some people.
I'm not.
That's exactly the point.
Well, more to the point, I listen to smart people when they talk, and I'm able to have the humility to say, you know more than I do.
Maybe I should be a little more humble and listen more to you.
No,
that ain't happening. No, but truthfully, I kid. I know you're a very intelligent man.
Not at all.
Okay, it's a
poorly timed cough right there.
So no, but truthfully, man, and you know the deal. I mean, honestly, anybody that's from Louisiana, should have two things always in their belt buckle: how to cook.
Yeah.
Okay, at least a gumbo or red beans.
Yeah.
Jambalaya, basic 3, and also some knowledge of the Louisiana sportsmanship. The sportsman's paradise that we have all been so blessed to have grown up in, and being able to use the resources of it.
Yeah.
I wouldn't live anywhere else, brother. I'm telling you, I ain't going nowhere.
Same.
The ass thick as gravy out there, because of all the plants. I think it smells good. When I go someplace and the ass clean, I'm like, I want to go back home. That's how I feel about it.
Everywhere but Bogalusa, yeah.
I used to hunt out there in the federal
when that paper mill's kicking and the wind's blowing.
Man. Ooh, yeah, but look.
Smell like a paper mill.
So, with the oysters today, what we're going to do is we're going to put them on some French bread. Now, if you come in the restaurant, you can have it either on French bread or on Texas toast.
Ooh.
But if you get it on Texas toast, you can only have a half size, okay?
Why?
Can't get a whole. Because that's just the rules, and we make them.
Okay.
No, it creates a little bit too much havoc on the line when we're trying to process and move food. We have it just creates issues. So we don't like to do that. So it is a discounted price for the half, obviously. But we're going to have some blue cheese on it, lettuce and tomatoes, remoulade dressing. Why no pickles? What's in remoulade?
I don't know what's in remoulade.
Just when I think you got over the fence.
What? Again.
You pull me back in.
There are people that do things better than me, and I defer to them.
It's just got some different, some pickles and some diced onions and chopped up onions and stuff like that. Okay. Kind of like a tartar sauce with a little more zesty flavor.
So where I thought you were going with that, though, was...
Where am I going with?
Would you have the saltiness of the oyster? Do you want it combined with the briny salty of the pickle?
Absolutely. If you get it on French bread and you don't have you got mayo on it, absolutely. Because you want that tangy tart.
Right.
That's why a lot of people like tartar sauce. People come in and get a whole oyster po' boy, no mayonnaise, tartar sauce only.
Makes sense.
I'm not the kind. People like seafood muffalata, one of your other favorite sandwiches besides the Crescent City, right?
Yeah.
You got tartar and cocktail on it, and the two seafoods that you choose. It's in the olive mix. It's just a little too much, with the cocktail, the tartar, and the olive mix.
Yeah.
And so I'm not a fan of cocktail sauce on any kind of seafood.
Right.
I like a little lemon, maybe a little dip in some remoulade, a little tartar sauce, but that's it. Keep it basic. So we're going to make those two po' boys for you today.
So,
Mr. Haldane.
We got a minute till break.
1
Rocco's
minute.
in the house for Foodie Friday.
I am.
Getting back to the myth about the oysters with the
Yes,
months that end in R,
please.
is it's supposed to be the quote unquote cooler months. And have you ever tailgated for LSU football in September? Ain't nothing cool about it, Hoss.
Now let me just tell you this, and look, when we got to LSU in the early '90s, September got cooler earlier. It did. There's no question about it. It did. Now, am I a proponent of global warming? People just take a sigh on that and give them a yawn and a.
My whole point,
but I get your point.
Was don't worry about what ends in an R. Worry about what the temperature actually is.
That's correct. And again, keep an eye on the river. Because the higher the river, the less salt. Yeah. They don't taste as good as they normally would. But the cold weather is definitely look at the size of some of that. Look at that oyster.
That thing's huge, dude.
Look at that. It looks like a cow toe. It's so big. Look at cow toe. Hey, it's a hoof, whatever it is.
There you
paw.
go.
His paw. His paw got in the hook, the paw, the hoof, whatever it is.
Cow toe.
Look, go get your shine box, pal.
All right.
I'm ready to do this. And look.
Well, we got news coming up in like 10 seconds, so we're about to do it.
Okay, so look, with that being said, if I got 10 seconds, that means I got at least 20.
No.
So truthfully, honestly, still got a problem with you about the country stuff.
We'll
and we're
talk
gonna
about that when we come back, okay?
When we get back from break.
ABC
Stick around,
News,
folks.
ABC News covering your way right now. Local news, traffic, weather. Rocco continues next. This what?
My best friend is my godchild, and I'm gonna talk about this before we get off the air. He's getting married Saturday, and then I had to go to a wedding last Saturday, and
this
so
one's
I
Christy's
had wedding back to back. Whatever. I just had 4 of them.
Christy loves a heavenly hash.
And so I bought a little bit more. Oh, I did bring y'all treats if y'all do these. I don't know if you do. THC beverages.
Oh God, I've never had one.
What is that?
I've heard good things.
It's like these THC beverages where it's got like 5 milligrams of THC, like weed in it. And they're supposed to, you buy them at the store. I bought them.
No.
Yeah, this one here has 100 milligrams of caffeine in it.
Woo!
So it's.
And the THC?
Yeah, but you know what's really cool about it? It's this here kind of chills you to like when you're like,
So
like
that
maybe.
got indica.
It does.
4 years after being fired for recruiting violations.
I mean, when y'all look,
Is back as LSU men's basketball
y'all
coach.
choose. I brought them for
I'm
y'all.
getting
Happy
it.
Easter.
Hang on.
But look here.
Director Scott
Give me the end.
Woodward,
Look,
current
and
LSU
if you've never done it before, I mean,
served
everybody
as
smokes
his
pot. I mean, it's just smoke a lot of pot and call. I can't do it
Right.
now. Well, I mean, I know a lot of my things. Look, I went to Tower Pool one day and they had about 5, 6 old brothers behind the shit with 10. I'm like, bro, they are 10 years younger than me, so I guess they get a pass. I don't know.
I mean,
But I mean,
we're not
kids,
saying
you
who.
got kids and stuff. And when I'm telling you, I hurt my back, I couldn't do opiates because my brother and sister both were addicted and had to go to rehab. So don't you believe that you have a addictive propensity to be addicted to that same kind of drug if both your siblings were addicted to it?
Probably.
I think so. Okay, so I suffered so bad, and then Ruben Patel. You know Ruben.
Yeah, Patient
He goes,
Plus.
hey, man, well, I went to LSU. He was good friends with a lot of those guys from New Iberia. These guys, Chris Warner, Brian Redmond, that owned Red 6 Sports. We all kind of hung out. Chef Jeff Warner.
Yeah.
And that's how I met Ruben, because he ran track at USM. He went to Episcopal, but I would duck hunt with Ruben and his brother Robbie with all those guys going on.
Okay.
And, dude, I'll never forget the first time. And look, bro, I'm from Chalmette. I got some crazy son of a bitches that I grew up with. We went out there one time. We were in Corn Island hunting on Shane Romero. You know, Romero's a big name in that area, okay?
Yeah.
And so I think one of the dad was a state senator at the time. And one of them accidentally peppered over another blonde. Not intentionally. They were shooting at ducks, and they just kind of, hey, man, watch what you're doing. You do it again, we're going to start shooting back. Sure enough, it happened. They're not shooting at each other, but they shoot in the air to pepper each other while they're sitting in. I said, look, I'll see you cats later, bro. I got the P-roll. I went back to the camp. I said, y'all can do whatever y'all want. Because,
That was good.
we were all like in our early 20s. We were all drinking, you know, and alcohol and guns are bad enough.
God, I know.
Okay, and then you're gonna throw in shooting above each other. That
Bro,
takes it to the next level.
You think you're gonna tell me about that? I grew up on the North Shore.
I'm just telling you, man.
Saying, when we weren't driving across the lake to go party, we were out in the woods.
No. Here. Take this one too. Now look, this one here would be good.
Oh, Jeffy, no.
Listen. The reason why I like this one. Like when I went to the KKDL ball when I was at Duke, did I tell you about that? I was at Duke in the KKDL ball.
No shit. That happened?
Yeah, I was also the grand marshal.
I had no idea. I had no idea.
I brought that was drink. You know, I drank about 4 years ago. And I brought 3 of those. And that's, no, they were free. And I drank them, and I'm telling you, it gives you energy. You kind of you got energy, you know. The green one. If you've never drank one before, do it in an afternoon when you put the kids to sleep and you're watching a movie and you want to chill out. And like instead of drinking a glass of wine, drink that. Like at about 5 o'clock, you know, and see how it affects you. Let me tell you, they try. I'll tell the story on air about the gummy beer. I'm gonna tell it. It's so fun. One of my buddies gave me a gummy bear. Okay, 10 milligrams. I ain't never did that before. I ain't never ate marijuana before. I ain't never done that. No brownies, nothing. Even when I was in college. He's like, look, man, just take a little bite. Don't think, I was in Dustin. Right. I got to tell this story on the air. It's hilarious.
Okay.
And yeah, and so should I start making this now?
Yeah.
Shit. Where's the plate at least? What, you got a plate? You got a plate? I'm meteorologist Balin Rogers. I can do this really quick. You know why? I'm the stories. Capital City Voices. Talk 107.3. Well, she didn't give me mayo.
Oh, nuts.
I got mayo.
I can check the fridge downstairs. We'll
Make sure.
go to our next break.
Yeah, check the expiration date.
Well, that's true too.
We'll just say we're putting it on.
Yeah.
I'm gonna make the total.
If you or someone you love is battling with anxiety or depression, you need to visit neurojust.com, especially if you have thus far been treatment resistant. They specialize in TMS therapy over at neurojust.com. Transcranial magnetic stimulation. This targets the areas of the brain that affect mood. If you've been battling with anxiety, you already know what the battle's like. It's a constant fight or flight. It's like having 6-foot waves crashing around in your head all the time. TMS therapy calms the seas. Think of it like physical therapy for your brain. I mean, if you're in pain, like if you hurt your knee, you take some ibuprofen, take some pain pills, whatever. It doesn't fix the problem, just gets rid of the pain. Same thing with the antidepressants. It's not addressing the actual problem. TMS therapy targets that. If you want to learn more, visit neurojust.com, Neurojust, neurojust.com. We got Rocco in the house with us. Foodie Friday rolling right along as, no, you're the headset. You asked, the microphone's not even plugged in.
Man, let me just tell you something. I might have to call the Neurojust people. You got my anxiety off the charts right now, man. Your stress is my stress. You need to just relax sometimes. You always slow down, man.
What do you mean?
Listen to the ocean. Take 5 minutes a day and meditate. Go by like the lakes or something. But
now they got an alligator in the lakes now. You saw that?
What?
LSU, the University Lake.
That's fantastic. They should have alligators back there.
It's water in Louisiana.
They spending $150 billion to redo the lakes.
It looked good too.
So many people are against it, and I don't get it. I mean, I just don't get it.
You don't get being against it?
Yeah, I just don't understand what. I mean, you can't tell me. Look, I was in Tau Kappa Epsilon fraternity, Rappa Tau Kappa, and we had a pier that looked out over the lake. There was all kind of garbage in there.
Yeah. was gross.
Yeah, man. I jumped in there one time, found a wooden leg. I mean, just crazy stuff. I mean, it was just gross. You couldn't catch. There was mullets in there. We had a mullet
They had
fish
mullets?
fry. Yeah, we had a mullet fish fry one. But I mean, it looks nice, man.
It does.
And when the vegetation and the plants and everything grows in,
Yep.
it's going to look even better.
Yep.
People should stick with this sometimes. This is a very great phrase that Father Beard taught me one time. God bless him. May he rest in peace. What other people say about you or do or whatever, it's none of your business.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so if you one of the people that
Wait, no. Say that again, because there's an important part of that. What other people say about you is none of your business.
Correct.
Right.
Okay.
But they're saying it about you.
Okay. You
I know.
cut me off.
I'm setting you up.
I was going. Okay.
I'll put it on a tee for you.
Look at him, man. Look, I got the drive route. You ready?
Yeah.
I'm hitting it 350. Okay, so, you can't change what other people say about you. Why should you even care? It's like yesterday, man. People live in the past way too much. It's the day of regrets, bro. When it's done, it's done.
Mm-hmm.
You move on and you walk the next day and you follow him. He'll take you where you need to go. And my point was about the lake. All these people that are moaning and whinging, there were committees after committees, years and years, and studies and studies and studies.
Mm-hmm.
Let the people do what they're supposed to do and do it. And that's what they're doing. And they hired a great company, Tim Barfield's company, I believe.
I think so.
Not his, but the company he's the CEO of.
Yeah.
Which my son, coincidentally, had an internship last summer and is going back to work there. It's a good company. They do a lot of work here in the state,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, let the people that were hired to do the job, there's nothing you can do about it now.
Right.
They're not going to stop. It's over. Move on.
Mm-hmm.
Amen?
Amen.
All right.
I'm here with you.
Now let's talk po' boys.
Yeah, let's talk po' boys, because you're making this oyster po' boy. You got remoulade and blue cheese, correct?
I do. I have remoulade. We're not putting mayonnaise. We're not putting pickles.
Right.
And we discussed this a little bit.
Yeah.
Why not pickles?
Because you get the pickle in the
pickles, and you got a little onions in the remoulade, and it's a more zesty flavor.
Fair enough.
Than mayonnaise. So you don't really need to have that,
Okay.
And so all we're going to do is, yes, please.
My question's about blue cheese and oysters together. This I haven't had combined before. I mean, we've all dipped oysters in remoulade sauce before. That's fine. Fried oysters.
Well,
that's fine. But like the blue cheese, what am I adding to my palate here?
Okay. When you eat a salad with blue cheese, let's put it in to perspective that way. What do you taste when you taste a salad? Describe the flavor.
The blue cheese flavor?
Yeah.
I mean, how do you describe blue cheese flavor? It pops. It hits you real hard.
It's kind of has a
pungent.
It's got a tangy, pungent kind of.
Right.
It ain't for everybody. My kids will never touch it.
Well,
okay.
Oh, I love it.
I mean,
I love
it too. So right, and that's and like another example, just off the charts, different, but like sushi. A lot of people don't like raw fish.
Oh, sushi's fantastic.
But like my daughter,
if it's done
like my wife, they won't eat any raw fish, but they'll go in and eat all the other rolls and stuff. But they won't eat sashimi and stuff like I mean, stuff like that. Crab salad and all of that. But the blue cheese gives it a little bit of a pungent.
Okay, I'm looking forward to it. Is what I'm saying.
Aroma and also. Let me get this.
I know. Rocco, for those that are not watching on Facebook Live, you're listening on the air. Rocco is multitasking right now as he's actually making the oyster.
And the problem is the blue cheese obviously is real sticky.
Now, Rocco, if somebody came in at Rocco's, they can get the po' boy with the blue cheese.
So what we're doing today is you can either get it on po' boy bread, half or whole, or you can get it on Texas toast.
Which you're calling a half, but it's still
it's a half sandwich, and it just.
But it's a Texas toast size sandwich.
Correct. And the reason why we're doing it that way on a Texas toast, because most people that come in, if they're going to split a po' boy, then they can just get a whole one. Some people don't like the po' boy bread. We sell a lot of Texas toast, a lot of BLTs and things.
I've never known that about Rocco's. It's always Leidenheimer bread.
And and here's the thing: we charge the same price,
really,
whether you get it on, it's on the menu.
Yeah,
and not one person has ever said I should get it cheaper because it's on Texas toast. which I would tell them, hey, you know what? We make the rules. You don't like it?
I don't think that's how it goes.
McDonald's over there. Look at your burger.
No, as we've been,
that you can put on a shelf, and 20 years later,
as we've been learning on this show, it's not about you. It's about the consumer. It's about what the person doing the buying wants.
Yeah, but we have our limitations in some aspects and in regards.
What? But I mean, if somebody comes in and says, "I want a hot roast beef po' boy, but I don't want tomatoes," you're not sending them to someplace else to get their hot roast beef po' boy. You're just going to not serve it with tomatoes.
No,
So
we have some very good people that come in the restaurant, man, and the ones that are there have been coming forever, as you know.
Yeah,
I'm there every week.
Thank you. And my point was going to be, if you come in there and you're a little rebel rouser and you're a rapscallion, we're going to send you up the street. It's a place of reverence. It's a place of love. It's a place of good food, friendly atmosphere. That's all I was saying.
Yeah.
That's my insinuation.
No, but
if you follow my vernacular.
No, but what I'm saying is, like, if somebody comes in and
What
says,
are you saying?
I want to buy a roast beef po' boy, but I want you to put the tomatoes somewhere else. It's like if somebody walks into Beauregard Parish and says, I want to build a $2 billion wood pellet plant, but you got to do something with the carbon. It's the same thing. It's about the consumer.
I mean, where else do you want me to put the tomatoes? I don't understand what you're even talking about.
Keep them. Leave them sequestered in their bin.
You know,
You don't want tomatoes? Oh, you're saying in general.
Turning this into a carbon sequestration thing.
Oh
my word.
Mr.
I got a
Haldane.
metaphor. I got a metaphor running over here.
I give you the broister.
The broister.
The broister.
Why is it called broister?
Blue cheese, remoulade, oyster.
Love it. The broister is gorgeous, and I'm about to dig in.
Equally as delicious on Texas toast as well. And of course, look.
Now, Texas toast is going to present a completely different flavor, though.
It will.
You get the buttered and the
That's correct.
Yeah.
Look, this guy, you know, like, you say some stuff sometimes, and I'm like, what is wrong with this guy? I've been coming here for 50 years, and he don't understand.
No.
And then you say something like that, and I'm like, man, maybe he does get it. I mean,
I know some things.
Taste it. Now, let me tell you.
We're on the air.
Because Bree can't have a shellfish. She's allergic to all that stuff.
And I hate it.
I brought her some catfish, too. So we're going to do some catfish po' boys. Now, here's the thing. When we hosted a Yelp event a couple of 2-3 months back, there were about 40 people there. And they come in and, you know, you talk to them. And several people said, man, you should be a personal, like, motivational speaker. I said, thank you very much. But if you need an autograph, I'll be signing some. I'll try to get $20. I sold $120 worth, which I donated to charity. The point being, everybody that was at this Yelp event raved about the catfish.
Okay.
And here's why. Okay.
Why?
First of all, we like, you know, like at Raising Cane's, they soak their freaking tenders or something like that.
Yeah.
We do the same thing with our catfish. We do the same thing with our chicken.
Yeah.
We have several things and items on the menu that marinate for several days before they even hit the line.
Okay.
Which is where the production and assembly area is for when we make our po' boys.
Right.
Catfish is exactly the same. And we use a farm-raised catfish. We will never serve what in Rocco's? What kind of seafood?
Foreign.
Absolutely. So, you know, we have a lot of farm-raised catfish that you know, everybody sells, and it's all domestic product. And we marinate it.
Mm-hmm.
We do use mustard as one of the main ingredients. I won't tell you what else is in there, but they got a little spices. I dance around and put it. And then, you know, I go over to the bayou. I get a little alligator sweat. I throw that in there too.
Alligator sweat?
Yeah, and I mix it up. And then, dude, it sits for 24 hours. And then we fry it.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I fried that catfish at the restaurant about 7:30.
Mm-hmm.
I got here, 8 o'clock?
Yeah.
And I gave Britt and you some, and I said, Britt, break it open. And it was still moist and hot, wasn't it?
Steam.
It was steaming.
It keeps, see, the thing about that, it keeps the catfish moist to where it doesn't cook through very fast.
Right, right.
Okay. Secondly, a little tip. I've told you this before on the
The
air
whole point
as well.
of Foodie Friday.
Cream meal. When you fry oysters, only cream meal.
Mm-hmm.
When you fry catfish, cream meal and yellow flour or white flour.
Okay.
Okay. Because it's a little bit denser, it's thicker. But the cream meal is an extra fine version of cornmeal. Okay.
Right.
And when you fry oysters in regular cornmeal, it coagulates and clumps up.
Yeah. And falls off.
Correct.
Right.
Try it with a little egg wash. You should be making an egg wash anyway. And, you know, some people with catfish in particular, they just use water. Okay.
I've seen that.
And you can get away with it.
But it binds to the catfish a lot better than it does to the oyster.
That's correct. That's correct. And I was going to say, you try doing that with an oyster, you're going to have all kinds of problems.
No, it's going to slide right off.
And another tip, when you get oysters, if you buy a gallon, a half gallon, a pint, whatever it is, do not drain the juice off the oyster.
No. Totally.
I see people take them and they dip them in a colander.
No.
What is wrong with these people? That provides the weight and the coating for when you do fry it or even cook it or broil it.
Yeah.
Other than that, it's going to singe.
Yeah,
you're going to look like Michael Jackson in the commercial from the 70s.
We'll pick it up right after this.
Pepsi.
Here's your money now. Nice Michael Jackson reference. Yesterday and today. And they're doing it for Grandparents' Day right now.
Hey, asking about the gospel, bro. Look at that dude. I'm gonna feed you today. Hey, where's Michelle?
She'll be downstairs, I'm sure.
Michelle, I think she's in our
You think I should bring some to Alejandro? I got a bunch. I can make about 5
Yeah.
I'll make them before I leave. There, you do what you want with them.
Okay, well, I'll bring one down to Michelle.
You don't like oysters?
I'll love one for him.
You waited too long.
Annabelle said your daughter's friend, the one that's her big buddy.
Oysters, catfish.
I don't know which one's her big buddy.
Lily.
Oh, yeah, Lily Coghlan.
She was in the performance or whatever. Annabelle. It was so impressive. When they were on the altar and she was explaining the whole thing.
Well, Abby's in there, too. Women of Jerusalem, yeah.
What is Jesus?
What time
Who is Jesus this year?
I don't know. I don't have any kids yet.
What? Oh, I'm talking about Mercy.
I'm out of the game, bro. I'm dull myself. I don't even give them money anymore. I'm done with Mercy.
Wait, Brian Haldane told me.
No, I go to Mass Day. I still tired. But
He told me the only way he got cowboy mouth for a fair this year was if you were singing.
oh, I'm going to get up there. You know, you didn't know this about me, but I'm a vocally trained actor and singer. Did you know?
I didn't know that. You never told me that.
Yeah, I took acting classes at the Celtic Center. I was in 2 plays at LSU. I had 2 singing roles, small roles. Did a small bit in a couple of YouTube videos, and that wasn't gonna pay the bills. So
they didn't get it done.
Hey, Ron, you look like a man who can get things done. Well, do you think you can find mayonnaise anywhere in this building because they forgot to put mayonnaise?
Oh, I was supposed to go down there to break it.
With a good inspiration.
If you could, that would be fantastic because the catfish can taste like shit with rum wise. I'm just telling you. That's one thing I can tell you. Catfish and remoulade, no bueno. I don't know why it is. It's just I don't really like remoulade dressing, but I'm telling you, it the blue cheese offsets that flavor, and it overpowers it because it's so strong. The flavor profile.
Balances it out.
So yeah, but you get if you had just a remoulade by itself, it would taste like a tartar sauce. That's
But that's what I was ask. If tartar sauce goes good, no, you're on the headset. If tartar sauce goes good with catfish, why doesn't remoulade? What's the difference? It's a legit question.
Say that again.
Tartar sauce goes good with catfish.
Yeah.
Then why doesn't remoulade?
Well, I mean, think about it. Mayonnaise does not. Are we on the air? Oh, we're on Facebook. Let me put my headset on. So the answer to that question is mayonnaise. Mayonnaise does not have a tart flavor to it.
Mm-hmm.
So when you add, so all tartar sauce is mayonnaise with pickles and some onions and some garlic powder and different stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Mayonnaise, all mayonnaise is in general is, you know how to make mayonnaise?
It's eggs and oil.
Okay. So the remoulade has seasoning and spices in it. Okay, and they use a tomato-like, not a paste, but a colorization, and I think it has paprika in it as well.
Yeah.
In small
And dill.
amounts. And that's
dill.
how.
I want to say.
Yes.
My wife's
Beautiful.
Irish Channel grandmother would call it
Mayonnaise. Well, you know, that was pretty abrupt with RC. That was like a bing, bang, boom, pow. What? What happened? What happened there? What about Scott Robb? What is up?
We know, Alan. All right, I'm gonna put.
I get it. I mean, you trying. At least you trying.
I don't know. I know what you mean. At least I'm trying. I think 265 is respectable. How much you bench?
Look, I don't have to get in all that and then and start boasting about myself on the air. I'm a very humble person. I'm confident who I am. I'm at peace. I don't need to go in it.
So less.
Do not need to. I don't need to be a narcissist, even though I am. I don't need to be.
You're not a narcissist. You're arrogant. There's a difference. The microphone.
Look. It's right here. Look, I got it. NASA. This is Apollo 11. Ready to proceed with landing.
Okay. Sorry.
I can't with y'all.
For those of y'all that are listening on radio and don't know what's happening,
what's wrong with you, man?
Rocco comes in, needs a headset because he's moving around making po' boys over here, and I'm supposed to give a review of this po' boy, and I'll get to it in a minute. But he puts on the headset, and he still keeps holding the microphone like this microphone is still working for him, but it's completely unplugged. So at this point, it's a prop.
I think you should go to confession because everything you're saying.
It's Holy Week next week, so I probably will.
It's a lie.
He's going to church on Sunday.
Like the girl said in the movie with the band, what was it called? Faye Dunaway.
What?
Back at, my wife, I watched it 2 or 3 times with it. She was some famous actress or something, Joan Crawford. Anyway, it's a long story, and I really don't have the time to get into
we got 2.5 minutes left.
But what I can tell you
for
certain is that you are eating, and you asked something off the air about catfish and why it doesn't go good with remoulade, but it doesn't.
Because tartar sauce, they both have a tartness to them.
Yeah, but and then also remember what I told you about what we do. We put mustard on the catfish too, so you're getting a little, little too much.
Yeah,
that's why
Right.
you back off of that. You don't want a mayonnaise mustardy flavor.
Right.
So I'm a big fan of just mayo on catfish po' boys. Dress standard, which is
lettuce, tomato, pickle.
That is correct. And today 10:30 we open.
Yep.
And we're open. We did change our hours, as you know. We are now open, and we changed them because of COVID. We had them at a certain time. So Monday, Tuesday, and Saturdays, 10:30 to 5. Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, 10:30 to 6.
Okay.
Fridays during Lent, throughout the Lent season, we will be open until 7. Okay. And once that ends, which will be next week, and we will close at 6 for Good Friday so our people can go home and be with their families over the Easter weekend. And then we will pick up that Friday the following weekend. We will be closing at 6 because, you know, truth be told, we're a really, 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 really popular lunch spot. And we were popular for so long in that area. And we've just got so many restaurants over there now. You know, our nighttime crowd used to extend to 7:30, 8 o'clock.
Yeah.
Where we're getting hammered all the way till about 6.
I got to squeeze this in
Yes,
because
squeeze it.
Tried the broister. It's unbelievable.
No pun intended, but squeeze. A little tighter. Go ahead.
I can't with you.
You can't open the door if you don't want me to walk through it, dude. You should know better.
The saltiness of the oyster combined with that bold and pungent blue cheese is an unbelievable flavor that I don't know how to describe. We got 10 seconds left. Rocco, give everybody the address, please.
That would be 3358 Lucille Lane, 248-1999. The best po' boys in Baton Rouge. Over 30 years in the biz, baby.
Stick around on Facebook.
Come see us. It's going to be a long weekend.
Yeah.
So all the dudes I grew up with from New Orleans and St. Bernard and
Saint Bernard.
they're all going to be at the sweating. And I don't drink, but I can whoop it, girl. I can turn it up or turn it down. They're going to be getting crunk. Let me tell you what my best friend did, Mark Walsh. And I forgot to talk about Carrie Lynn, but that's okay.
Okay. We're going to put you back on microphone now.
So let me tell you about my man. So people out there on Facebook, we were talking a little bit out on the air and really didn't really need to speak about it on the air. But my best friend's daughter, Carrie Lynn Walsh, best man at my wedding, best friend since I was 5 years old. And all our buddies are going to congregate Saturday at St. Anthony of Padua Church.
Congregate.
Yeah, congregate, commiserate, whatever. You know what I'm talking about. And, yeah, his daughter's getting married, man. And, you know, here's the best part about it, Bree. So I'm talking to my buddy Sugar is his nickname. We call him Sugar because he's watermelon sugar high. And he used to be a lot of that. But his nickname is Sugar. Shugs. And so he's like, yeah, bro. The band stops at 11 and reception and everything. It's at the Nopsey Hotel. Don't know anything about it.
Well, the old Nopsey headquarters is now a hotel.
Oh, is it?
Yeah. Bro,
no idea.
when I tell you they did this
It's
thing
nice.
right, oh, yeah.
So that's where the reception
So
is.
what are you paying, about $400 a night for your hotel room?
No. I got the American Express points from my guys.
Okay.
I have them with the roofing and shit. So I just used that, but it would probably be that much.
Oh, they did it right. Yeah,
I
they
would
did it up. They did
assume.
it up.
And I'll tell you the points, I mean, they come in great. And I use the American Express to pay for everything I can.
Yeah.
To just build up the points. I mean, and when the bill comes in, I got to pay it. That's the suck part. But I mean, I could go charge a car on it right now if I wanted to. And so but I built up like last year, how they had almost 700-something thousand miles. Yeah. I mean, I was paying at the time, Cisco would take it. I would pay Cisco. I would pay, Cisco, I'm paying them $15,000 a month.
Right.
You know?
Well, anything could be net 30 and on your own, you might as well.
Yeah,
It's the same as a net 30.
and I'll tell you
It's a net 30 with miles.
I'll tell you, Bree, especially you two now, because you still got the youngins, get those cards where you get miles and bonus points. I'm telling you, dude. I'm telling you, you have no idea. Case in point, Roman, the last 2 trips where he had to fly, I had enough bonus points where the ticket was $350. It might cost me 600 in bonus points, 700, whatever it is. And then you can use it for stuff like that. You got to know how to manipulate your money to make it work for you. Yeah. That Partners thing we're involved in. Partners One's a great organization. I've used Partners One. You ever heard of Partners One? You know about it? So Partners One is basically a conglomerate and a group of businesses of all different trades, all different restaurants, beauty, clothes, everything. And we barter with each other.
Yeah.
And the company makes money. Yeah. Like, so if you have a card and you got 100.7 boutique and you come into my place and you spend $100 with me, I get credit for $100 on my card.
I still have my Partners One card.
Yeah. I have a business card. Guarantee has them. They got an account.
Seriously, I can get a partner's one.
I would talk to Gordy and Flynn and one of them guys. I would. I trade
every
off,
time I get one. It's just a gift card. It's not an ongoing.
I'll tell you this right now.
Look, here's an old one. Well, it's not Moxie anymore.
Yeah, Moxie's out. It's got to be a partner's one. I'll show you my card. But let me tell you, sometimes, because we always advertise like in the fall when football rolls around, we'll do something with Brian and something with Gordy where he might fill me at 98.1. Yeah, and so I'll pay him half cash and Flynn will take half trade. Like if it's $1,000. And Gordy comes and eats in a restaurant and he uses the partner's one.
Should we get off of Facebook since we're airing all this like behind the scenes business?
No, the people should know. Maybe it'll educate them and understand how to be a better business person.
Broister, go get it.
Easter, everybody, to you and your families, remember Christ is the reason we're going through this right now. And wear your purple like we all have.
Get up on the mic, Rocco.
It's
I said it's Christ.
He talks into the mic when he's talking about what he pays for
Christ
commercials.
will be risen soon, and we all. Is it a coincidence? All three of us have purple on.
I don't think so.
What's the significance of the color purple in the Catholic faith?
Oh, the veil tears.
Penance.
Yes.
And they clawed him because they said he was the king of the Jews.
And purple was royalty. Yeah.
Well, right.
All right.
So
we're getting out of here. Go get the Broister. It's unbelievable.
Easter.